I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546.
Hard Rock Bet presents Legal in Florida.
You can bet the game on Hard Rock Bet. No more betting inside your head. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Legal in Florida. It's safe, it's legal. We'll repeat that it is legal. Top rated sportsbook and it's the only one that's legal.
Get a no-regret first bet up to $100 when you sign up now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and over and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
It's the U.S. Olympic Marathon Trials Saturday, February 3rd at 8 a.m. Join us in downtown Orlando at the Dr. Phillips Center for the ultimate free fan fest experience. Enjoy food trucks, live music, and vendors. Watch the runners as they race towards their Olympic dreams from 4 different fan zones downtown. Experience the thrill of the U.S. Olympic Marathon Trials February 3rd, 8 a.m. Come decked out in red, white, and blue for a day of inspiration and unforgettable memories. Visit Orlando2024trials.com. Presented by Visit Orlando.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
On game day, you want to focus on 3 things: football, friends, and food. And what makes all those better? Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford Original gives grilled food an authentic wood-fired barbecue flavor you can't get anywhere else. Well-fed friends are happy friends. So good. And football? Well, it's just more fun with a burger in hand. Elevate your backyard game day grilling with Kingsford Original Charcoal, America's grilling expert. Kingsford.com.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Individual results may vary. Consult a doctor prior to use.
You've lost so much weight. How'd you do it?
I got medical treatment for weight loss through Zelfie and lost 50 pounds. I struggled for the longest time, but Zelfie makes it easy and affordable to get weight loss treatment 100% online. Zelfie providers can prescribe FDA-approved weight loss medications clinically shown to help people lose weight, like Wegovy, Zepbound, and others.
I've heard those medications can help you lose weight, but aren't they expensive?
Zelfie can help get the medication covered by insurance, so it's as little as $0 a month.
What if you don't have insurance?
No problem. Zelfie may be able to help you get other medications for 80 to 90% off the price of brand name medications.
I'm ready to start losing weight. How do I get started with Zelfie?
Just text.
Text CONNECT to 200-300 to get started today with Zelfie and see if weight loss medications like Wegovy or Zepbound are right for you. Don't wait. Text now for a link to your exclusive offer. Text CONNECT to 200-300. That's CONNECT to 200-300. CONNECT to 200-300.
Check out the latest certified pre-owned vehicles online now at OrlandoNissan.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. C-R-E-D-I-T. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Friday. Friday, January 26th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from the wild WWE lawsuit to the Roadhouse trailer is hot garbage and a new law that allows senators to duel, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Sabrina is out. Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show. All you have to do is visit thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time, and this never, ever, ever happens.
What happened?
We got a last-minute message, C-Lane. We got a last-minute message. Let me just double-check, triple-check. Yeah, it's from Fritz at his bachelor party. Let's see what he said.
Have a great Friday, you mother...
We did it, everybody. We made our way through a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday has arrived. Pat yourself on the back. You did good. Probably better than us, since we didn't even work on Monday. That was my bad. That was my fault. That whole thing was my... Sorry about that. How you doing today?
Don't be sorry about that.
I feel a little bit bad when I let the people down. You know what I mean? I feel bad about that. Right. How you doing over there? You good? You feeling good? Or are you still working from home?
I'm feeling great. You know, the working from home thing is just it's part of the fun, I think.
Yeah, sitting in a lazy boy doing a radio show. Nothing wrong with that. Sabrina is out today.
A cold soda here.
Oh, okay. At least you're not drinking yet. There he goes. He's ready. Yet. Now he's officially ready. Sabrina is out. She's at Fritz's bachelor party, and Fritz is also at Fritz's bachelor party, and Josh is also at Fritz's bachelor party. So they stole all the people, and here we are today. So we're going to lean on you. Set us some great dispatches today. The best joke roasting C-Lane will get, let's see, free secret shows for a year. I'll give you secret shows for a year, the best roast at C-Lane. Why'd you
wake up and choose violence?
I said me too, so I'm choosing violence on both of us. The best roast of either one of us will get 1 year of secret shows today.
You know what I thought of this morning? And there could easily be a Reddit for this.
Mm-hmm.
Roasting people in the voice of Donald Trump.
Yeah, that'd be good too.
Because the clip, did you find the clip that I told you about this morning?
No, it read just like his voice though.
Oh man, it was such a short clip that they played on the morning news, and they were talking about how former President Trump is starting to blacklist people that donate to Nikki Haley's campaign.
Yeah. And
he was at some rally, one of the speeches that he's given. And he's on stage and he goes, one of Nikki Haley's biggest donors is this slob known as Reed something, total slob. And I was like, is he just going to like roast this donor nerd?
Yeah, the guy is, he was talking about, I looked him up because I'd never heard of him before. And he is like Trump's enemy, basically. Like they're sworn enemies. He funded that lawsuit.
So it's more than just... donating to Haley because he likes Haley.
Yeah, it's totally more than that. He's also funded that Jean Carroll lawsuit as well. So like they hate each other. He's like, big slob, guy's a total slob. Complete
but then it
slob.
made me think, like, I would love to hear Trump roast us. Like, Pat, heard this news junkie show, total garbage. I want to hear him do his worst.
I'd still be happy about it, but we'll let the listeners do it today. So hit us with those over at thenewsjunkie.com. Best one gets a free year of secret shows. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours. And we go to, well, I don't know exactly where we are, but Sylvester Stallone is there. And this little kid comes up to meet Sylvester Stallone. Have you seen this yet, C-Lane?
No.
Oh, man, this is so
I'm just
great.
watching people already start to get mean in the chat. Is that a Coca-Cola can or is it C-Lane's face? Because apparently your computer renders my face super red.
That's how it looks. That's how this thing looks. All right, here we go. Over to Sylvester Stallone. Watch this adorable little kid come up to Sylvester Stallone, C-Lane, and he starts doing one of the really intense emotional dialogues out of Rocky. Like one of the speeches. Here he goes.
Sunshine and rainbow. It's a very big and nasty place. And I don't care how tough you are. It will beat you to your knees. And keep you there permanently if you let it. Me, you are nobody. And it is hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you get hit.
So Sylvester Stallone is joining with him as he does this dialogue, which is crazy that he remembered it after all those years. I would have forgotten every script I ever read and everything I had ever done. But he seems to still know some of this, that this little kid has managed to remember here and memorize. And
that's adorable.
Yeah, he's performing in front of Sylvester Stallone, and they're joining in together.
Keep moving forward.
How much you get take?
And keep moving forward. And the winner is done. And if you know what you want, but you gotta be willing to take that hit. No pointing fingers at people saying you ain't where you want to be.
Hey, kid, you got your clap already. It's done. You got to wrap it up. Wrap up your monologue, kid.
He goes, no, but I know more of it. I know more of it, guys.
So if he just did the whole movie, he does the entirety of Rocky. Then when he finally finishes and everybody goes, oh, thank God, kid's done with Rocky, he starts up with Rocky 2. And just all day long.
I'd be like if I was a young kid and I met Mike Myers just reciting Wayne's World to him. Excitedly going, I say hurl. If you blow chunks and she comes back, she's yours. If you spew and she bolts, it was never meant to be.
Yeah, you know what, though? If you're a little kid and you do that, everybody's like, oh, how wholesome. Little kid memorized the Rocky speech.
Yeah, if a 37-year-old did that, it would be like, what? It's like a nerd.
Some 37-year-old on the spectrum comes up to him and starts doing the line from Rocky, like, this guy. Let's put an end to it now, please. All right, let's go over to the absolutely wild lawsuit against Vince McMahon that dropped late yesterday. And this includes defecating on people's heads.
Okay.
A lot of different sexual allegations in this thing. Trafficking victims. I mean, there's just a lot that is going into this. It says a former employee, this from Variety, of WWE, has sued founder Vince McMahon, alleging he abused and sexually exploited her when he was CEO of the wrestling entertainment company, and that McMahon allegedly trafficked her to other men as a pawn to secure talent deals with prospective wrestlers the company was recruiting. They also said in this lawsuit, and this is so weird and bizarre, but this is actually in the lawsuit, the woman claimed that Vince McMahon has an assortment of vibrators, and they each have the name of a wrestler. So he has a vibrator called Stone Cold. He's got a vibrator called The Rock.
Why?
He's got a vibrator called, whatever. Whoever it is, they've got a vibrator, and they'll go to that. Like, I'm bringing out Stone Cold today. Get ready, baby. Here we go. Here goes nothing. And they're talking about this all over today. Here's one of the examples of the coverage of Vince McMahon's lawsuit today.
Tonight, one of the biggest names in professional wrestling facing stunning new accusations, including sex trafficking over several years. A former employee accusing WWE founder and former CEO Vince McMahon of physical and emotional abuse, sexual assault, and trafficking.
Damn, that's a laundry list against Vince McMahon, who has a lot of problems stacking up against him. And a lot of this stuff is like weird and just bizarre and kind of funny, funny in a way like naming the vibrators after wrestlers, where could you really make that up? Would you really be able to make that up just on the fly? I don't know.
WWE. In the lawsuit, Janelle Grant, who worked there up until March 2022, says McMahon texted her, quote, I'm the only one who owns you and controls who I want to expletive you.
Ooh.
Grant's claims include sexual acts involving defecation, restraint, and aggressive use of sex toys. And that McMahon
aggressive use of sex
with
toys
him and other men at the WWE headquarters in return for job security.
Wow, that all sounds real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad.
So not only does he name the vibrators, but he uses them aggressively.
Yes, aggressive use of sex toys, they said. And he named the sex toys after big-name wrestling stars. That text message, I'm the only one who owns you and controls who I want you to F, is very bad if she's got a copy of that. That looks terrible. They said McMahon also shared nude and compromising photos of her with other WWE employees without her consent. And they said he just rejoined the WWE board a year ago after becoming mired in sexual assault lawsuits. So he's got a bunch of these he's facing. And I don't know if John Cena is going to get mad that there was a vibrator named after him. There could be an uproar there.
Is there a list of which wrestlers actually have the vibrators named after them? Because, like, I would want to know if I was on that list immediately.
Do you feel better or worse if you're on that list?
Ooh.
Would you feel left out if there wasn't a vibrator named after you?
I mean, some of the wrestling names kind of lend themselves to be decent vibrators.
The Undertaker,
like The Rock, like the Stone Cold Stunner,
Rick Flair, right? Damn it, screwed it up and doesn't work for a vibrator name. Both of those bad, but we got a lot for you today, I promise. Vince McMahon's having a rough one. We'll see if we can make it better for you and maybe him if he's out there somewhere. An anonymous email rolling in that we'll get to next. Plus, Alabama did the nitrogen execution thing. How did it go? Well, about that. Some details on what went down coming up next on the News Junkie.
This is Real Radio 104.1 on your phone with the iHeartRadio app and on hundreds of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Xbox, and Sonos. We are an iHeartRadio station.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
If I-4 is a part of your commute this morning, you can expect your regular delays eastbound before the bend. There's a partial roadblock on the on-ramp from Orange Camp Road to I-4 westbound. Travel with caution through there. Around the perimeter of I-4, traffic is up to speed on the Greenway. There's a bit of delays on State Road 429 approaching Florida's Turnpike. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Kissimmee.
The Mattress Warehouse Red Tag event now includes up to 30% off select Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Hurry, limited quantities available. Mattress Warehouse, www.mattresswarehouse.com. Come in sleepy, leave happy.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
In the 1930s, Lucky Luciano, founder of the modern mafia, was taken down by prosecutor Eunice Carter, one of the first black woman assistant district attorneys in New York. The Godmother, an immersive 10-part podcast, delves into her unstoppable rise as she takes on roles from writer to politician, revealing a badass anti-hero, unafraid to bend the rules for justice.
But for Eunice Carter, I don't know that Luciano would ever have been convicted of anything.
Listen to The Godmother on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy. Get women's sweatshirts for just $15, plus men's sweatshirts from just $18. Grab the season's best styles at just $15. This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy. Valid 127 and 128. Select styles only.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
You're all set with your Medicare prescriptions, Mrs. Brown.
This is not just low-cost copays at Walgreens.
I can actually help you set up 90-day refills if you want.
This is having a partner you can trust. Get low-cost copays, 90-day refills, and delivery from your neighborhood Walgreens. This is being independent. Together. Walgreens.
Restrictions apply. For details, see walgreens.com/pharmacy.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Hey, it's RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. My sales are frozen. So this month, I've cooked up the craziest icebreaker ever. Right now, I'm paying way over appraised value for any car. Plus, with my dealer next door credit approval process, you could skate home for just $8 down. But hurry, this deal will melt away fast. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. See details at rchow.com.
Well, I started using it about 4 or 5 months ago, and 2 or 3 months into it, I just kind of noticed one day I saw all of this extra hair growth around my widow's peak. That hair growth is probably about 5 inches, all in that area that used to have absolutely no hair at all. I don't think I'll ever stop using it.
Fantastic results, Marcy. Harem can absolutely regrow your hair by nourishing the scalp and repairing dormant and damaged hair follicles. Made for men and women and all hair types, Harem with 17 botanical plant actives has proven safe and effective in generating new hair growth, whether it's a receding hairline, the crown of the head, or thinning hair. For a natural solution to regrow thicker, healthier hair, go to greatlifenow.com and see how you can get a free bottle of Harem today. That's greatlifenow.com. greatlifenow.com.
Hey, it's Russ Rollins. Need your carpets and tile looking great without sticky, soapy chemical residue left behind? Zero Res will clean your carpets the right way. This month, they're offering 20% off all their carpet and upholstery cleaning. That's OrlandoZeroRes.com. Zero Res, spelled forwards or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando. The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like Deep Cuts. Featuring deep album tracks from iconic artists like the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, The Who, The Stones, and more. Try something new for 2024. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Deep Cuts, and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. C-R-E-D-I-T. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is
emails, and you can always stay anonymous with your emails to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Just let me know on top. Sometimes people put it at the bottom of like a 3-page email, and I'll read their entire embarrassing story, the whole ordeal, and then I'll go, oh no, it says keep me anonymous down here. Because I don't read these. I just look at the first couple of lines. I'm like, does that look interesting? Okay, fine. I'll share it on the show with everybody. So here we go.
We all could go through these journeys together.
Yeah, I'd rather it that way, that we have a natural reaction and all. It says, hi, Sean, please keep me anonymous. I know somebody personally that experienced cannabis-induced psychosis, and it was very disturbing. And we talked about this on the show the other day with this person that smoked a couple of hits out of the bong and then started freaking out. And she was just like a normal 20-something woman, and she ended up stabbing some guy over 100 times. Then she stabbed herself and like her dog and all kinds of stuff. And she only got probation as her sentence, even though this guy ended up dying. And nobody talks about this. Like, nobody talks about the fact that that cannibal down in South Florida, the poor kid who is probably in a psych ward for the rest of his life, all they found in his system was marijuana. And mostly marijuana is good, fun times, Cheech and Chong, all that good stuff, right? You know, Harold and Kumar, depending on what generation you are. All good times, right? But then every once in a while, it seems like somebody takes a couple of hits and goes absolutely hog wild. Yeah. And I didn't know as much about this until recently. So Anonymous continues. A mother of 2 with children under 3 at the time and a stepmom to 3 other children, she temporarily lost her mind. She thought she was in the Matrix and no longer trusted her own reality. She thought her husband was spying on her. She'd run around the house looking for listening devices at all hours of the day. She had to be supervised 24/7 for months while she was with her kids. Several early mornings at around 3 a.m., she'd attempt to literally run from her home on foot, amongst other events. I didn't speak to her during that time at all because her husband asked me not to, since she thought I was an FBI agent and wanted to lock her up. My God. Could you imagine your friend goes, I think I might smoke a joint. And then they get high, and then all of a sudden, everything changes like this. Initially, she had picked up smoking weed again as her arthritis and anxiety worsened. Cannabis-induced psychosis hadn't previously happened to her when she smoked prior. She was in her early 30s. And her therapist surmised it was likely due to her hormones changing after she had kids. She stopped smoking pretty quickly, but she was still unwell. Overall,
that's weird. That means that it's possible that Ashley smokes weed and then just goes nuts and tries to kill me.
There's a chance. Keep her away from any marijuana that you see. There's a chance of this happening.
Man, put away those nerds.
Says overall, it took 2 years of therapy until she found her sanity again. After seeing her go through this experience, my husband and I actually believe that his brother went through this as well, which led to him taking his own life. We were just as surprised as you all to learn about cannabis-induced psychosis, but after seeing this happen to somebody we knew, after seeing what his brother went through, it's very scary and very real. Love you guys. Thanks for talking about this. Prior to hearing it on your show, I hadn't heard any mention of cannabis-induced psychosis. It's both terrifying and fascinating how drugs can affect different people.
Yeah, that's weird, and that's also very unfortunate for any young person in that family who wants to try weed, and because they could be met with, this is the thing that happened to us, and it's a true story, even though it's very rare. This is the thing that happened to us, and because of that, we want to keep you away from the weed.
Yeah, it's so strange, and as we saw, I think from the numbers, very rare that this happens, but still.
It sounds like the stuff they used to tell you happened.
Yeah.
And didn't really happen that often.
Yeah, what's the whole marijuana panic thing? I always forget.
Reefer Madness?
Yeah, it's like the Reefer Madness thing, but for realsies. Like, if they actually got a hold of this info, they'd go, look, I told you we were right about this all along. Yeah. And it's a gateway drug. And next thing you know, you're going to end up on death row, just like this man in Alabama who was put to death this week. The convicted murderer, he was a hitman. He was the first ever to be put to death via nitrogen gas on Thursday. Doing a little bit of the experimentation on folks like this. The 58-year-old was pronounced dead at 8:25 p.m. I think this is a witness describing how this all went down. Let's see what happened as they carried out this execution in Alabama.
Flow of nitrogen gas. Kenneth Smith laid on the gurney and shook for about 2 minutes, shaking and writhing on that gurney. The gurney did move several times there. Following that shaking on the gurney, there were several minutes, about between 5 and 7 minutes, according to media witnesses, of heavy breathing on the gurney. Several minutes later, a correctional officer did walk up to Kenneth Smith and appear to look over at his face.
Just for the record, by the way, if I was ever on death row, knock on wood, don't want to end up there. But if I was ever on death row and they were doing either a lethal injection or anything else to kill me, right as they were doing it, I would be so exaggerated in the effect of anything.
Really?
I'd be like, "Wah!" Just like, if it didn't hurt in the slightest, I would be so overboard as to my reaction, so that afterwards they were like, wow, he's really struggling through that.
I've told you the story before about the first time I ever saw a guy get arrested, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I was in elementary school, and it happened twice. And it was like somebody that was at this other elementary school that was across the street. And I assume it was something related to trying to get to his kid or something like that. But it would be like the cops are there for a while, and then they put this guy in handcuffs. And both times this happened, as soon as they started reading him his rights and putting the handcuffs on, he went, no! And it's like, for young children to witness, like we're in like second, third grade at daycare, watching this guy wail and cry out as he's arrested, and it seemed like the best scared straight any of our teachers could have asked for.
This explains a lot about you. This is why you're a rule follower. This is why you're the guy on the airplane when they say to put your phone in airplane mode.
It saves the battery, Sean.
That actually does it. You're like, guys, we could get in trouble here. It's not. We're not supposed to do this. I would be.
I never worried about getting in trouble about airplane mode. I don't care about that.
Yeah, dude. All right, okay. I totally.
I don't want to. Like, I don't want any undue attention to me on the airplane because usually I'm, holding.
We hold him what?
Alcohol.
Oh, so you're breaking other laws. It's weird that you teetotal on some things, and on others you're just.
I'm not teetotaling. I'm saving my phone battery.
Okay. Tomato, tomato. Let's see what else they say
That's
about
cool.
it. This guy's struggling here as they gave him a little bit of nitrogen gas.
Not touch Kenneth Smith or actually do anything that media witnesses were able to see to Kenneth Smith, but he did lean over and look at him for several minutes before walking back to the wall to return to his post there. At about 8:08, movement appeared to stop, and there was no perceptible breathing from Kenneth Smith.
Uh-oh.
The curtains to the execution viewing room closed at 8:15 p.m. Central Time.
Now, just a little note for those of you who are obviously not watching us over on YouTube or twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. This room that this woman is reporting for, and she's a reporter for AL.com, which is Alabama's big newspaper there, and she's in this huge room of all these little tables that are very basic with little metal chairs and little white tablecloths on them. I don't know if this is the room where they watch the execution or if this is just like a media room in general. But if this is all the people that watch the execution, that's a lot of people that could fit in this room.
Maybe they had like a spillover because this was a rather notable execution because it's the first time they've done it with nitrogen. Like maybe they had to do like extra room,
like a TV monitor that goes into another room so more people can see. Yeah,
could be.
That could be the case because this is a huge room and there's media people all over the place as this lady's talking.
And Governor Ivey pronounced death at 8:25 Central Time. One thing that Kenneth Smith's attorneys were very afraid of is that he might vomit into the mask. He did not show any signs of vomiting there into the mask. Also, the Alabama Attorney General's office had said in prior court filings that they expected him to lose consciousness pretty quickly after that gas began to flow. But media witnesses saw that Kenneth Smith appeared to be conscious for several minutes after that gas began to flow.
He was fighting, man.
Before he proceeded to shake and writhe on that for about 2 minutes.
For a while, that man was just sucking in pure nitrogen. And I wonder if there was a moment where he was breathing. He's like, maybe I can do it. Maybe I'm the person who can breathe pure nitrogen. Because you guys got to know about this guy. Okay, terrible dude, a convicted murderer, Kenneth Eugene Smith, 58 years old. He was a hitman and a bad guy, right? But they tried to kill this guy via lethal injection, and they couldn't do it. They could not kill this man via lethal injection.
Oh, was he the one that we were saying probably dehydrated himself to make it harder to get the vein?
Yeah, and or he moves his veins around inside his body, or I don't know what this guy's doing, but he survived it. And I really said at that point, if you survive lethal injection, they should have just put him in there for the rest of his life. That's pretty crazy that they.
Well, that's why they have to sentence you to like a lethal injection, not just the injection, or like like they had to change the wording of hanged by the neck till dead because people were surviving the hanging.
Right. Yeah. This guy did not survive this, unfortunately for him. Nitrogen gas, the first time it's ever been used, this time in Alabama. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch. And today we're letting you roast us. And we've already got a couple different things in here. And if anybody does a great job, the best roast, you get a year of free secret shows for roasting either myself or C-Lane. I mean, C-Lane roasts seem better to me, but who am I to say, right? Roast whoever you are. One thing before we get to those dispatches, I saw that Apple, they're just absolutely floundering and trying to figure out what to do next, especially in Europe. Because in Europe, they told them, you can't do this thing where you take a third of all the app revenue from these developers. So Apple goes, okay, fine. We won't take a third of the revenue from your applications. And I thought, oh, finally, this corporation, nobody gives Apple crap about this. I don't know how they get a free pass. This is so screwed up that they do this. A giant $1 trillion corporation, one of the biggest corporations on planet Earth, takes money from little people all over the place who come up with an idea and decide to develop it. Now they've got to put that in the Apple Store because we have a duopoly, basically, between the Apple App Store and the Google App Store. You got to be on those platforms, and both of them are greedy multinational corporations that steal 1/3 of your money. Okay? It's worse than taxation. It's terrible, it's bad, and nobody seems to care. But now they said, fine, EU, we won't take 1/3 of the developer money in Europe. We got a new fee, though, that we'd like to announce. And they have said, here's what we're going to do. We are going to charge everybody a core technology fee, which for every single install of your app from the App Store will be 50 cents. So
what if your app is free?
Even if your app is free, I believe. I believe, I'm not sure. Is it Apple developers who choose to continue, blah, blah, blah. They would drop the 30% commission to 17%, and then they'll do this thing, 50 cents per install. So if you had 10 million people download your app, let's say you got a bunch of press and things were really big and it went popular, and you got 10 million people to download your app, you owe Apple $5 million. So
Okay.
a lot better here. This is great.
That's reasonable. Yeah. Let's think about that some more.
Yeah, death to the app stores, right? Go over to the website. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and do things over there, please.
Man, I just found I haven't had any interest in jailbreaking my phone in a very long time.
Same.
There's little to nothing that I would want to put on there that isn't available on the App Store. Until I just found out that there's like new apps that you can use with CarPlay that aren't approved by Apple.
Oh, really?
And I'm like,
what do you do? What can you do with these things?
You have to get like a side app store that like it only works based on some sort of vulnerability in iOS.
Okay.
And I just upgraded my iOS. So I no longer have that vulnerability. And I'm like, but the YouTube for CarPlay is right there.
What does it allow you to do? Like, what are the features that you could do that you can't do now?
Well, it's basically for side loading apps. Do you know what the idea of a side load? Yeah, it's for side loading apps that aren't approved by Apple. They aren't offered through the App Store.
Oh, you're getting porn apps, huh?
And then, well, I mean, who needs a porn app? It's a browser.
You're the one trying to download something that's not in the App Store, not me, bud.
But no, but one of the things is like because the app, Apple doesn't want to approve anything for CarPlay that takes your eyes off the road for too long. I'm like, what can I do with this?
And all Celie wants to do is watch a little Netflix while he's driving, all right? A little Better Call Saul.
No, I want to entertain the other people in my vehicle.
True. Okay.
I'm a giver.
We want to hear from you. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. Celine's back at his COVID studio, broadcasting from there because corporations don't know what to do with COVID people anymore.
Barely COVID studio.
They have no idea. COVID. Oh, yeah, I think right now you probably wouldn't even be positive on a test by now. You have you don't look like you have a single symptom. You look totally fine.
I had like a tiny line last night.
Mm-hmm. I'm starting to think this COVID thing's a hoax. You know what I mean? No. All right. When we come back, let's see if that just stirs up some dispatches. When we come back, we'll hear from you with your dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. Also, a celebrity getting hammered for something that they had announced, I guess they admitted that they do in the shower. Now, we can work in one or two here. Might as well. I got a song. You want to hear a song?
Is it a song and a roast?
It's a song for Sean, it says, from Not Your Average Joe. But
okay.
I don't know what to expect.
Sean sells cocaine on the side with tiny hands and beady eyes.
I don't.
His head doesn't really match his body. I think he sits when he goes to the potty.
I do.
He splashes in his bubble bath with a rubber ducky up his
butt.
But the bubbles, they don't last that long. Kind of like this stupid song.
That's not bad. I thought it was all right. Yeah. That's a good first one.
Was that American Pie? I couldn't.
It was, but he was kind of meandering. It was like it was in the
it was
American Pie universe.
Adjacent.
Yeah, it was in orbit of American Pie, but not exactly there. Here is a Synth Solution. It says News Junkie, bad for America. What? Come on.
Hello, this is everybody's favorite president, Donald J. Trump. I was listening to my favorite radio program with Bill O'Reilly and Sean Hannity.
This is not a great show.
Unfortunately, it got interrupted by some show called The News Junkies. Very little news, not a lot of junkies. Hosted by some schmuck known as Shane Lawson.
Schmuck.
It's so bad. Very
don't
bad.
use that word enough.
Yeah, Trump is so easy to imitate, and here he is, just this guy's butchering it. My God. I hear Casey back in the
Casey's
studio.
probably like fuming right now.
What is that? How is this guy's terrible? Casey, are you there? I don't know if maybe he's abandoned us. He could have just left us behind, and he's not going to share his talents with us. Maybe at some point today during the show. All right, let's see.
Very elusive.
Yeah.
Very elusive, that guy.
He is. I didn't even know he was here to begin with. I didn't hear anything. It's like, all right, when I hit play, are we going to be going? And here we are. Here is Concrete Mike. He's talking about that little kid who came up to Sylvester Stallone and did the complete speech, this really, really great speech from Rocky.
Happy Friday, Saturday, and Sunday News Junkie crew. Hey. So a fun fact about Sylvester Stallone is he wrote the original script for Rocky. He's the one that came up with that whole story. So I'm not surprised that he still remembers all the words and the lines from the movie.
Yeah, that makes
his
sense.
Story.
Yeah. No, I understand. That makes sense to me. I could imagine, though, being in Hollywood and you see somebody like Sylvester Stallone that comes up to you, like, with the way he talks and everything, and he's like, I wrote a script, and I would just be like, there's not a shot in hell this script is going to be good. This is going to be the worst thing I've ever read in my life. I'm not even going to bother reading this. And there you had on your hands a massive hit in Rocky that spawned like everything that came after it and his entire career, because at least one person, including himself, actually took him seriously on this. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear from you, and we'll get to that celebrity that does something that's supposed to be controversial in the shower, but I think some of you might do this too. What is it? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Another one bites the dust. Real Music Weekends this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey there, here's your midday weather forecast update. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. It is feeling like springtime out there. Temperatures today and tomorrow more consistent with the end of April than the end of January. The high today, 83 degrees. Tomorrow up to 85. Great weather for the Rolex 24 up at Daytona. Enjoy it while we've got it, because the cool front comes through on Sunday, cooling us down to just the 60s for next week. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Right way from behind the wheel of your very own truck from Nation's Trucks. Ford, Chevy, Ram, GMC, Nation's Trucks has got them all. And with approved credit, you take advantage of interest rates as low as 5.99%, and you don't make any payments for 3 months. So take your pick from the largest selection of work trucks, lifted trucks, diesels, and 4x4s. Got a few bumps on your credit? That is not a problem. Nation's Trucks has 35 lenders. They're ready to work with everyone. So what are you waiting for? Make the upgrade this weekend. Visit nationstrucks.com today and pick out a badass truck, or just go on down and see them in Sanford, 1792, just 1 mile south of Lake Mary Boulevard, and let them know C-Lane from the News Junkie sent you.
Hard Rock Bet presents Legal in Florida.
You can bet the game on Hard Rock Bet. No more betting inside your head. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Legal in Florida. It's safe, it's legal. We'll repeat that, it is legal. Top rated sportsbook, and it's the only one that's legal.
Get a no-regret first bet up to $100 when you sign up now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and over and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter. the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Orlando's top-rated comedy club and restaurant celebrates becoming the Funny Bone. Formerly the Improv Comedy Club, the Funny Bone guarantees the same great talent and awesome live comedy experience with a new name at Point Orlando. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Michael Blackson, January 26th and 27th.
You gonna talk about Stevie Wonder sees me every day. What do you mean by that?
Followed by Jeff R. Curry on February 1st through the 3rd. Check out the star-studded calendar and showtimes at orlando.funnybone.com. Home to the best comedic talent on tour nationally. Come get funny at the Funny Bone.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Attention! Our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
It's 2024. Do you honestly? Oxford Gold Group. Call the Oxford Gold Group at 833-995-GOLD and order the investment guide or make a purchase of precious metals and get up to $2,500 in free gold. 833-995-GOLD.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This
If you want to learn more about this show, you can always go to thenewsjunkie.com, the News Junkie with an I-E on the end. And I saw today the #1 video on YouTube, the one that is getting the most attention, at least in the last day or so, is the new trailer for the movie Roadhouse, which they decided to redo for some reason. I'm not sure why they do this, but here we are. Somebody has decided it's a good idea to redo Roadhouse.
I have an unfortunate confession to make.
What's that?
Never seen Roadhouse.
Oh, you never seen the Roadhouse, the first one with Patrick Swayze?
No.
Man, you are out of your mind missing out on that one. It's a classic one where he goes to the guy at the bar. He's like, I'm going to take my foot and put it on the side of your head, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm pretty sure I butchered that. But
yeah, you delivered that so swimmingly.
I'm not Patrick Swayze. Neither is the guy.
I'm going to take my foot and put it on the side of your head.
When he did it, it was badass. Trust me. You know, there was a little bit of attitude with it. And this has been going around today. Jake Gyllenhaal's in it. He's absolutely shredded in this new Roadhouse trailer. and it looks so cheesy. Like, it looks so bad. I don't know what happened with this. I know they were going to make this before. Call me crazy. Maybe I'm wrong on this. Get me in line, dispatchers, if I am. I thought for sure that I remember there was a point when Ronda Rousey was supposed to be in a reboot of Roadhouse, and they were going to work on that movie. And then now when it comes out, I think it's Jake Gyllenhaal. Maybe she's in it too or something. I don't know. But he seems to be the star of it now, probably because Ronda Rousey can't act her way out of a paper bag. Just not worse than me, worse than what I just did right there. Conor McGregor is in the movie. I don't know. The whole thing, it just seems very unnecessary. But what do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. We also have, before we get to your dispatches, there's people who are very upset. You know what they do on social media? They complain about things. Oh, my
Facebook,
God, I can't believe it.
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
This time, folks, they're mad at Jessica Biel, to which I say, what's your problem with her? She seems fairly harmless. I don't see much that she's done wrong. But people seem to be mad regardless about her. And she said there's something that she does in the shower that is making her the target here. She's got two sons. And
I don't think I can think of anything that Jessica Biel does in the shower that would piss me off that bad.
Well, let's see when we get to it. What do you think about it? I think that you and I definitely have done one of the two things that she says she constantly does in the shower.
You make it sound like we've done it together.
No, we have not done it together, but...
Why did you have to think about that for so long?
One of them was drinking in the shower, and it's like, drinking in the shower, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not even just talking about alcohol. I might take a Sprite with me in the shower if I'm feeling like it, you know? I don't care. Drinking in the shower. Why is drinking in the shower weird? Why is that thought of as a weird thing?
Shower beer, shower White Claw.
There's not much better on a day where you're just chilling, relaxing, you wake up and you get just grab a Bud Light out of nowhere. Oh, not a Bud Light these days on account of the trans thing, right? You know, they're canceled. You get a Bud Heavy. Are they out too?
I think Bud Light's back at Kid Rock's bar.
Oh, okay. Well, you grab some sort of beer. And for me, it would probably be a Corona. That seems to be the one I go to. And you grab that, bring it into the shower with you. You're having a nice hot shower. You reach over, frosty Corona, and you start drinking that thing in the shower. What could be wrong with that? My God, that sounds like paradise to me.
Especially if this shower is to shower off a lot of work you just did. Like maybe you're out clearing out the backyard.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Just lugged a whole bunch of bags of leaves to the curb.
Doing some of this, I don't know, it says here, physical labor.
Yeah.
Not very familiar with it, but they say that'll get you in the mood to do this. So she says what she likes to do is actually eat in the shower. Now, this is going to be a little bit difficult here, I think. But she says, I love to eat in the shower. I love to eat and drink in the shower. I'm fine with drinking. Shower-appropriate items, she said, like cereal or yogurt, coffee, tea, popsicles. I know the melt factor, but safe, anything drops, you're good. And she says she eats all kinds of stuff. She's out there eating cereal in the shower, which, no, I'm not for that. The drinking thing, yes, but like the cereal thing, you imagine you get your milk and everything in there and you're ready to go, and now you're filling it up with your shower water? That's no good.
Yeah, and I like the way my shower is, I don't see... unless I'm like keeping it on the opposite wall, like ledge, I don't see a situation where the water does not get in because I have like a lot of coverage from my shower head.
Yeah, which is nice until you're eating some cereal in there.
We said nobody but Jessica Biel.
Right, yeah. Somebody said it's like the Seinfeld episode where Kramer makes an entire salad in the shower.
Yeah, because he has the
Clarksman.
He has the disposal.
Yeah, he's got the
drain,
the garbage disposal, the Clarksman garbage disposal down the drain of his shower. He's taken this to a level even beyond Jessica Biel. Perhaps you guys are into this. Let us know what you're eating out there in your showers. Share it with us. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us that dispatch if you want.
Could you imagine the reaction if Jessica Biel comes out of the shower and they're, if it was like a new place for her? She's checking out. What do you think of the shower? And she's like, I don't know. It's not great for eating in.
Yeah, you don't have any
what the hell?
shelves for plates. You don't have anywhere for me to put my yogurt and my cereal while I'm just enjoying myself in there.
Yeah.
No. There's foods like I've talked on the show before about drivable foods. There may be a few showerable foods, but those aren't on the list, I don't think. Here's Smackerel talking about Roadhouse with the Dispatch.
Hey, what's up, junkies?
Hey.
Happy Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
You too.
See, Lang, glad you're feeling better.
Thank you.
Sean, I'm going to put my foot upside your head. You can't do nothing about it line. I believe it was from Billy Jack.
Oh, was it?
Anyway, a couple more mistakes like that, Sean. We're going to put you in the gas chamber.
Hey, what? This guy's going to gas me? What the hell? A little aggressive. I got the movie wrong. My dad used to always quote that movie, but I thought it was Roadhouse that he liked. Maybe he liked Billy Jack. Maybe that was it. My bad if that's the case, but it's a similar movie like that.
All right. As far as showerable food, somebody on Discord tagged me, PC Stealer of Magnets, said there's something about eating an orange in the shower because you don't get sticky. Like if the juice gets all over you, it just runs off.
Tell me you're not just throwing those peels down the shower drain, right?
He said this whole thing of just getting an orange and eating it in the shower, just not even peeling it like you peel it yourself, fall in the shower. This seems like a voice.
Wait, what?
Voice
He's not even peeling it?
I don't know.
It's eating right through the skin? You people are monsters. Get it together. Here's I'm a PC with a question about the death penalty.
The stupidest of all questions, why are we still resorting to like firing squad, lethal injection, nitrogen gas? We have fentanyl. Just make them snort it. They knock out. Wrong. They die really quickly, right? I mean, how many overdoses do we have on fentanyl that are like almost instantaneously overdosing and going into that at that point? Just make them snort some fentanyl and we're good.
And what a ride on the way out that would be, too. We want to hear from you. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. Yeah, he's not wrong about that, though. Not wrong.
I think that one of the drawbacks to that is how afraid some police officers get just handling the fentanyl.
Yeah,
they'll be like, "Oh no way, we're not doing that here."
They did something to cops where they made them just so afraid of fentanyl that
they have a panic attack if they think that they touch some fentanyl.
Like if the cops are coming after you, just carry some powder with you and toss it up in the air. Fentanyl, and just scream it out like you'll get away every single time.
Like a LeBron with fentanyl.
Cops, if you tell the cops like there's somebody in there robbing that bank, they'll run into the bank. If you tell them like, you gotta go do this, save this person, save that person. There's been an accident, help this person, get the jaws of life out, all that stuff. But if you tell them there's fentanyl, it's like an elephant in a mouse. It's their mouse. They turn into pussies immediately. And they're like, oh my God, fentanyl. And they pass out. You got to Narcan them 5 times over for no reason because they didn't even actually get near fentanyl. It's a thing that seems to happen out there. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from you. Your dispatch is rolling in right now at thenewsjunkie.com. We got an update on the story yesterday about banning everybody 16 and under from social media platforms. How are they going to enforce this? A new story on this. We'll talk about it. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a couple accidents to watch out for this afternoon. Florida's Turnpike southbound between US 27 northbound and County Road 561. State Road 429 southbound near Forest Lake Toll Plaza. The right lane is blocked. And there's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in an accident and would like to know the value of your case, go to forthepeople.com to see cases just like yours. You see, all lawyers are not the same. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
One of my favorite things about that mortgage guy Don from thatmortgageguydon.com is the fact that he's part of the Real Radio family. That's right. Each weekend on Saturday mornings, you can catch Don and his crew answering your questions live on the air on the Home Loans Radio Show. And if you're busy on Saturday mornings, that's okay. You can listen to all the informative episodes right there on the website, thatmortgageguydon.com, or, of course, wherever you download podcasts, just search the Home Loans Radio Show with That Mortgage Guy Don. Now, Don, he's pulling back the curtain on the mortgage business. He's explaining the real mortgage process to you because he wants you to know it works. He has your best interest in mind. Now, that mortgage guy, Don, is a mortgage broker, not a corner bank or a retail lender, and that means he has direct access to wholesale lenders that consumers do not. Now, if you want to see a difference, go to the website right now and work with an expert and a friend that you can trust. Go to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Real Radio wants to provide the assist on your holiday bills by putting $1,000 in your hand. $1,000 13 times a day. You know the drill. Just listen for the keyword to win $1,000 each hour weekdays from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Then take that keyword and enter it on our website, realradio.fm. Whether you do that on your phone or your computer, we don't care. What we do care about is that you answer the phone from a number that will probably say no caller ID when they call back the winner, because that's how you get $1,000 in your hand. This contest sponsored locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air, been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. Carrier factory authorized dealer. Rebates up to $1,275 for brand new Carrier units. Turn to the experts. Carrier. And you can always turn to the experts at millsair.com.
Do you have trouble remembering that one thing you went to the grocery store to buy? Here's a tip. Forget about it. Just pick up fresh Florida strawberries. They're delicious, in season, and available now. Here's another tip. Go to freshfromflorida.com and use local Florida strawberries for wonderful recipes like strawberry arugula salad or strawberry fritters. And while you're there, join the Fresh from Florida Club for free perks. Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
In this week's Marketers Report, Raja Manar, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer of MasterCard, talks about measurement.
Measuring Sonic and Sonic branding, the principles of measurement are the same, but the parameters that you measure are different. We measured, and what we find is our investment is paying for itself in oodles.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
On game day, you want to focus on 3 things: football, friends, and food. And what makes all those better? Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford Original gives grilled food an authentic wood-fired barbecue flavor you can't get anywhere else. Well-fed friends are happy friends. So good. And football? Well, it's just more fun with a burger in hand. Elevate your backyard game day grilling with Kingsford Original Charcoal, America's grilling expert. Kingsford.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Enjoying the news junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials, but if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Hard Rock Bet presents Legal in Florida.
You can bet the game on Hard Rock Bet. No more betting inside your head. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Legal in Florida. It's safe, it's legal. We'll repeat that, it is legal. Top rated sportsbook and it's the only one that's legal.
Get a no-regret first bet up to $100 when you sign up now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and over and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
2024 till forever. Sutherland Nissan Orlando has you covered with our lifetime warranty.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. C-H-E-C-K. Check. That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Forever hovering over life's great dump button. You're listening to
Says I'm a little behind on today's live stream, but I'm curious, did that guy who was executed via nitrogen in Alabama, the first time they'd ever done that, did he get 2 final meals because they didn't kill him the first time? Yes, he did. He did indeed, yeah. The first time they tried to kill this guy, who was a hitman who murdered a woman. They tried to do it via lethal injection, and they could not find a vein in the guy. And he survived the attempt to execute him, and he got the final meal before that. And this time, he got another final meal, and they brought him in, and they did the nitrogen mask thing, which they had never even tried before.
Now, question, if he got 2 final meals, did he get different meals or the same one?
I'm not sure. That's a good question, and I will investigate. I'll look into what he got.
I figured since you did the investigation into finding out whether or not he got the 2 meals.
Yeah, I just know
you
that,
already know this.
I know he did get it the first time because when I looked at the story, I was like, my guy sat down and they were like, hey, say goodbye to your family. What's your final meal? What's your final statement? And he did all of those things. And then they tried to get the needle in his veins, and they couldn't find a vein, and so they had to give up on the attempt. So I know that they did it the first time, but the second time, I don't know what he got. I'm just kind of assuming, actually, that he got a last meal. But I believe he did, and I'll look into that, and we'll see if he changed it up. He already tried the first one, you know? Might as well try something different for the second go-round. And also, to the stories that I see after there's an execution like this, the family obviously is very motivated to say, looked very painful, and he struggled for 22 minutes or something. Well, the whole execution takes a while. It takes like 22 minutes. Most of that is because half of it, they're dead just laying there. And then you have the process before, and then you have right up until the person it looks to be dead. So it's not 22 minutes of the person thrashing and dying very, very dramatically. It's usually a couple of minutes of, you could see them fidgeting or moving around. And you could see this guy doing that. But the families afterwards are always going to make it sound like it was cruel and unusual. And as I said before, I don't need to explain this every time, I'm against the death penalty because I think even killing one person and being wrong about it by the state doing that, is wrong. And also, I think that I want to save money wherever we can, and we could save money by not actually having the death penalty because people get so many appeals. It costs a ton of money. It's cheaper to leave them in prison for the rest of their life. And most importantly, I think that it's a bigger punishment to tell somebody you don't get the express way out. You don't get the easy way out. We are going to make you live every last day of your life in this hellhole where you don't have any freedom. So for those reasons, I am against the death penalty. But if you're going to do it, I hate the people afterwards.
It's not like you're on Shark Tank. For that reason, I'm out.
But if you're going to be in the business of doing the death penalty, and the state is going to be taking people's lives, don't be a baby about it. Like, oh, he fidgeted around when they gave him the nitrogen in his mask. They're doing their best to make this.
You know who else fidgeted around?
Who?
The woman he murdered.
Very true, right. And people...
You know who else suffered?
But people,
his victim.
People expect that if you put somebody to death, if they like twitch or if they move weird, that's cruel and unusual. They want a death penalty where the person just goes to sleep or something. It's not realistic. And these people try to move around more to put on a bit of a show. I don't think this guy was killed in a cruel and unusual way, even though I'm against the death penalty to begin with. I find it unusual, but not cruel. Yeah, it is unusual since they've never done it before. They tried out this whole nitrogen mask. But like, if you had somebody, this is how I look at it myself. You could choose to do this or not. But if you have somebody who's your family member and they just got diagnosed with like horrific cancer, just the worst diagnosis, and you know this is going to be a painful, bad death for them. And they say, I would like to expedite this so that my last moments on this earth aren't just the absolute most agony you could ever experience. And so I would like to have, somebody help me out and have an assisted suicide, right? Which I'm all for. That's more controversial, but I get offended. And when somebody said that, I'd go, all right, if they did this to that person, like they did to the guy in Alabama on death row, would that be a terrible way for them to die? And I go, no, I don't think so. I think this would be a fine way. They put on the cool mask, get the nitrogen running in, and for a couple minutes, you start breathing nitrogen until you can't anymore, and then you're done. And then you don't have to struggle any longer. So I don't think it's the method that's the problem.
Hell, if they started off with some nitrous oxide,
you might have a real time going, yeah.
And just remove the oxide, and then, you die, you're a little high.
You're so right. That would be the ideal way, I think, to just fade them out, and then once they're no longer, they're in like the Twilight Zone, you switch it over, and then on they go to the other side. There is something that's been going viral all day today.
Facebook,
trying to keep my eye on these things.
Twitter, y'all see this?
It's this dude. It seems like a super chill guy, and he's been pretty popular on TikTok. So one of those interesting things about life in 2024, the guy works 2 jobs at convenience stores. One is like a gas station, and the other one's like a 7-Eleven or something like that. And this guy works 16 hours a day. From 8-hour shift, he goes to other 8-hour shift, and that's his life. That's what he's working. And he's also on TikTok building up his social media accounts over there. And the guy has a pretty big following, I guess. I hope someday he can have big enough of a following that he doesn't have to have 2 jobs and this going on the side. But he told everybody, this is how you pick scratch-off tickets. This is the strategy. This is the winning strategy.
I don't like this guy already if he's trying to teach people how to win scratch-offs, because if the strategy has to do with whatever number it's on, then that's the asshole that I get stuck behind at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Which number is this one on? Which number is that one on?
This roll over here, what number is it on? And I go, I don't know if that's a good strategy or a bad strategy. I've only heard one strategy that made sense to me that worked, then a C-Lane strategy, where C-Lane said, look, you can go on this website and you can
go on
see,
the app. You go on the Florida Lotto app.
And you can see if the grand prize is still available, right?
Right, yes.
That's smart as hell. Like, that makes sense. It's actual strategy.
Which means, like, if you see one that all the grand prizes are given away, you just don't play it.
Yeah, you're wasting your money because you're not going to be able to get those no matter what. This guy said if you're doing the tickets and you're getting a $1 scratch-off ticket, he said in the entire roll, there's only a handful of winners. And the biggest one in an entire roll might be like $50. He said if you are on a $1 scratch-off ticket and you get a big win, that is incredibly rare. Just very, very rare for you to get that. So he's like, avoid those altogether if you want to win some money. And I go, okay, that kind of makes sense. There's logic going on there. And you think about it in terms of how many's in a roll, like 50 or something? Or 100?
150.
Whatever it is. If it's like 150 on each roll, you think they got to make money here. So these are $1 a piece. They're going to have only this many that are winners. So what he's saying makes sense to me, I think. But the other stuff that you hear is mostly just garbage, mostly hogwash. He's saying buy the more expensive ones. He's saying $1 tickets, don't buy. $2 tickets, don't buy. Even $3 tickets, only get some of them. He's saying to get the 5, the 10, the 20, or
yeah, well, that's more bang for your buck,
right? And more winners on the roll, so there's much more opportunity to end up winning. I am just quitting entirely. Not going to do it anymore.
Come on.
I've never won. I've got no luck. I buy them for
Let's get some more of those $50 scratch offs.
Yeah, remind me again how many of those. What I bought the $50 scratch off tickets. How many of those won?
Well, mine didn't win.
None of them won. I don't think.
Didn't Courtney get her money back or something?
I don't remember now, but my scratch off tickets.
Sorry, didn't Courtney get your money back or something?
Let's go to you. Let's see what you have on your mind. We got some dispatches here. Also, these teenagers under 16 going to be banned from social media, and this bill is going to pass. We'll give the update on that in a moment. Here's Skippa Style talking about eating in the shower, which became controversial this week because Jessica Biel eats cereal in the shower, she admits. Here we go.
What up, junkies?
Hey.
So when it comes to Jessica Biel and eating in the shower, I was with you guys at first. Like, that's terrible. There's no such thing as a shower food. It's hard to eat in the shower. Who would do that?
Mm-hmm.
But then I thought about it. This is Jessica Biel and Justin Timberlake we're talking about.
Right.
Their shower is probably the size of most of our bedrooms.
True.
The whole thing. So I'm sure she's got plenty of room to eat some cereal, wash some dishes, do a little dance, all this, without even being under the shower head.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess for certain people it would work. Gosh, what a life.
Very
Gotta get a bigger bathroom, I guess. All right, I gotta go.
Oh, there he is. Thank you, Skippa Style. I thought about this yesterday, actually, okay? And I was telling C-Lane, we were talking about secret shows, I think, about something. Becoming accustomed to a certain type of life, right? And you just start, your expectations rise. And I go, I remember during the pandemic, we had just got the house that I live in now, became a homeowner for the first time. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. Really, really glad we bought this. What a great investment, blah, blah, blah. And then I thought, man, imagine if during the pandemic we were stuck in this 2-bedroom high rise and couldn't get out, couldn't do stuff. What a nightmare that would be. And then I think sometimes I'm like, can I imagine going back to living in a high rise downtown? I'm like, no, that would suck. That would be a big reversal. And then I think about a celebrity who's got like a mega mansion. If you get used to living in like a 12,000 square foot house, you've got 2 kitchens.
Because at that point, I think some of them go, hey, this is too much.
Mm-hmm. I would think that.
Like I had a rich friend back in the day that
you don't have him anymore.
I've not talked to her in a long time. She married the lead singer of the Fray.
No, did she really?
Yeah, she was like an actress too.
What? She was rich already, and then she married the lead singer of the Fray.
Yeah. She's doing all right for herself.
Jesus.
And she was telling me that her family was getting a new house because they wanted to downsize. They are less rooms and bathrooms to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, how many bathrooms do you have? And I'm sure I've told this story before. She had to sit and count like for a while. And I think she got to 14. So like, yeah, there is our version of growing accustomed to a certain lifestyle and then having that ripped away from you, Schitt's Creek style.
Yeah.
But then there's also the really, really, extravagant mansion thing where you go, let's just have like a mini mansion.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. But I think that there's a level of life adjustment if you have to go downward at any point. Here's Daddy 2 Times. He's got a dispatch for us.
So I think when you consider the large amount of people who smoke weed versus the itty bitty tiny % who smoke it and go crazy, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that I don't think this parent went weed crazy. She probably went parent crazy. Raising a couple kids is overwhelming. You got other life stresses, etc. And on top of that, she had a couple step kids as well. So she's getting all that step parent love that comes with it. So yeah, man, I don't think she went weed crazy. She went parent crazy, unfortunately.
I think that this cannabis-induced psychosis is an actual thing. It's legit. I've seen enough studies and reports on this It's very, very rare. I don't think there's a parenting-induced psychosis, although a lot of parents might feel like there is.
I'll let you know.
Sealand's going through the process right now, and we'll report back later if there is anything to deal with there.
We never really tested the kid to see if he had COVID. We just kind of assumed that either he's getting it or he's not getting it, but there's nothing we could do about it. So, why do it?
Yeah.
And, but, they're like, we should, not kiss him in the face or something like that. We should keep our faces away from his face.
Yeah.
I said, it's very hard to do. He's got very kissable cheeks. And then Ashley's like, I want to kiss her in the mouth. I was like, I've never heard that being a threat before. It was the day he wouldn't shut up. He was like aggro crying. And I was like, she said that. And I was like, that is the weirdest threat. I'm going to COVID the hell out of this kid.
Right. Take that. Okay. Here's Steve-O. He's roasting us because we said today, since Sabrina is out, she's off to Fritz's bachelor party, and everybody else went with him. And I said, roast one of us today.
It was kind of lonely here, huh?
I know. What the hell is going on here? They've abandoned us. Either me or Sealand, you could roast us. And if there's one that's actually good today during the show, we'll give you a year of secret shows. Here's Steve-O.
Well, hello, news junkies.
Don't fumble.
Sean. Man, I think one time at one point during the show, you said that you were an organ donor.
True.
Man, ain't nobody want any of your pickled liver, pickled kidneys, pickled heart, man. Dude, you drink more than a fish. Come on, man.
All right, so the roasts are off to a slow start. And he gave it a shot. What you did, sir, was you just said the truth. It's not a roast necessarily. The truth does not a roast make. We want to hear yours. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now.
I mean, he said stuff that we've already said. It was more copyright infringement than an actual roast.
I think so. All right, let's get to the update on this social media ban. This is for real, folks. This is the real deal. At least for us Floridians. You folks in New York, Dallas, you folks in Texas, you're not having to deal with this yet, but I could see it happening and coming down the pipeline. Florida lawmakers, and this was bipartisan, there was only a handful of people who voted against this, are advancing a bill that could change your child's access to social media. It would ban kids under 16 years old from having social media accounts. Most of us spend a lot of time consumed with screens and social media. The harmful impacts on children are well documented, and now Florida lawmakers want to put an end to it. But some wonder if they're doing it the right way. So is a state law banning it for minors under 16 the answer? This is what people are now asking. And Anna Escamani, a Democrat, says, we need to strike a balance, and this is not a balance. It's just a complete veto of access. And I just don't think it's appropriate, especially in the free state of Florida. And I'm with her on this. And I think Republicans should be against this, too, because this is nanny state nonsense. This is something I think bipartisan people should be against. I think somebody who's just looking at things logically should go, a parent should be in charge of kids' access to the internet. And you can't expect every single social networking site to go, all right, we got to verify every user. And by the way, if you care about privacy at all, if you care about having anonymous accounts on platforms, if you care about anything like that, then you would want to be against this bill. You know why? Because you can't be anonymous if this bill passes.
Boo.
This would kill anonymity online immediately. You can no longer.
But how am I going to be racist without people knowing who it is?
I'm sorry, C-Lane. I know that you do enjoy being racist on social media platforms, but you're going to have a problem here. Because to verify that a person is not under 16 years old and that they're not in violation of Florida law, they will have to determine who each person is. You will have to send them your driver's license or something that proves that you're of age.
How is Sean supposed to continue posting AI deepfakes of Taylor Swift?
I didn't post those. I did see them, but I did not post them.
I didn't even see them.
No, they were out there. Yeah, they were trying to delete them everywhere.
Send me that link.
I know. I showed Courtney yesterday. So she's like, I couldn't find them anywhere. I'm like, yeah, you got to look in the right places. I know where to find these things sometimes. So they're trying to fight this back, and a lot of people say it's unconstitutional. It puts the responsibility on the social media platforms to enforce the ban. It requires those platforms to use reasonable age verification methods to confirm the age of the account holder. as well as terminate accounts of those under 16. So every single account on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, on TikTok, on all of them.
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
If it's a 16-year-old, bam, it gets nuked immediately. And every person has to be verified. Otherwise, they're in violation. So one of two things can happen. All right, and we've just seen this play out, so it's not a huge mystery as to where we go from here. In various states, they have pushed through a rule that makes it so pornography websites must verify that their users are of age to see adult content. In every single state where this has happened, the major pornography websites have stopped allowing access to their servers. They've blocked those states. They're now blocked, some of the biggest ones like Pornhub, they're blocked in a handful of states in the United States of America. Because of this law, the age verification requirements are something that just doesn't work for a site like that and would cause them to be shut down if they did it across the board. So the same thing. Go ahead.
Say you're Pornhub right now, and you, what's one of the states? I think Utah was one of them.
I think so, yeah.
Blocked? All right, and so they blocked all their traffic from Utah. A decent network administrator could probably have some idea how much VPN traffic is coming from other states, right? Or
I would guess. And by the way, it's Louisiana, Utah, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Virginia.
Oh, that's right, Virginia. Do they have any obligation to try and curb that sort of access, or is it like, hey, we blocked Virginia, we've done our part?
I think that's it. I think so. That's what they're resting on here. North Carolina has done it too. You can't get that side of the state. So if they did that in Florida and all the social media websites said we can't do this, it would just shut down the social media websites in the state of Florida. The kids would still get access to it, but it would screw up everything. This is just a terrible, terrible idea. All right.
Imagine how confused you'd be on a road trip if you had like a stop in North Carolina and you pull up the old Pornhub and you're like, what is going on here?
Damn second. What's going on? All right. We want to hear from you. Send us those dispatches and roast, if you will. And also, they're going to be dueling it out real soon in Senate. Yeah, that's a real thing. And it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Authorities are clearing up an accident on State Road 429 southbound near Forest City Lake Toll Plaza. The right lane is blocked. There's slowdowns on Florida's Turnpike due to an accident off to the side southbound between US 27 northbound and County Road 561. And traveling on I-4 this afternoon, you could expect delays eastbound between US 192 and after State Road 535. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. We'll always be here for you. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Folks, if you are a homeowner, I just told the story of getting my first house not that long ago, and you need help. You got to start building up the resources that you have. Like, if something breaks with your sprinklers, you know who to call. If something goes wrong with the refrigerator, you got a person for it. If something goes wrong with your AC, with your air conditioner, it's as simple as Mills Air. It's the best company. This is a really good and honest company. And truly, I've sent so many people over to Mills Air that have come back afterwards and said, that is one of the greatest companies I've worked with. And they've been doing this for over 30 years. Since 1992, they've been keeping Central Florida cool. Their techs can service any brand out there, so you don't have to worry about that. No matter what kind of AC you have, they know how to fix it. They are very, very good at what they do. And they're also a Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Now, you might say, what does that mean? They can get you at Mills Air access to big rebates that you can't get other places, up to $1,275 off. Why would you pay that extra money by not going with Mills Air? That's a bad idea. You can get a brand new Carrier unit from them and save a lot on your power bill as well. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air, 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
Hey, it's Russ Rollins. Need your carpets and tile looking great without sticky, soapy chemical residue left behind? Zero Res will clean your carpets the right way. This month, they're offering 20% off all their carpet and upholstery cleaning. That's OrlandoZeroRes.com. Zero Res, spelled forwards or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
It's the new year, and guess what? I'm in hot water. Hey, it's RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. My sales are frozen. So this month, I've cooked up the craziest icebreaker ever. Right now, I'm paying way over appraised value for any car, regardless of make, model, miles, or even condition. If you owe $2,000, $4,000, or even $7,000 more than it's worth, I still want it. Plus, with my dealer next door credit approval process, you could skate home for just $8 down. We've got the banks to break the ice with lower rates and smaller payments. You can drive a car that's twice as nice. Come see me at RC Hill Mitsubishi. Check out the new Mirage 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. And introducing the all-new Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. For your peace of mind, we provide a lifetime limited warranty. So dump that old ride you hate, and you can drive for $8. But hurry, this deal will melt away fast. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. See details at rchill.com.
This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy. Get women's sweatshirts for just $15, plus men's sweatshirts from just $18. Grab the season's best styles at just $15. This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy. Valid 127 and 128. Select styles only.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I bought one bottle of Harem. I'm about 3/4 of the way through it, and I had a balding spot on the crown, and I don't have that bald spot anymore. So I know it's working for me. I can definitely tell a difference. And my barber said, your hair seems thicker. I have fine hair, but it's just thicker. It's kind of gradual, but like I said, I've only had one bottle.
Fantastic results, Mark. Harem can absolutely regrow your hair. Made for both men and women and all hair types, Harem treats receding hairlines, the crown of the head, and thinning hair. Harem has proven to be as effective as minoxidil, but without harsh chemicals, no side effects, and provides long-lasting results. For a natural solution to regrow thicker, healthier hair, go to greatlifenow.com and see how you can get a free bottle of Harem today. That's greatlifenow.com. greatlifenow.com. greatlifenow.com.
Hey, you're up next. My throat hurts so bad. There's no way I can sing tonight.
Here, try these.
Vicks VapoCool Drops.
Yeah, Vicks VapoCool Drops has maximum strength menthol with a rush of Vicks Vapors.
Ooh, I can already feel it.
I told you. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
Vaporize sore throat pain fast with Vicks VapoCool Drops.
At one of the most famous restaurants in the world, there's a table in the corner where the most incredible conversations on the planet are happening every week with owner Ruthie Rogers and amazing guests like Martha Stewart.
But I did have an affair with one of his best friends.
Jimmy Fallon.
Do you want a zip line over your dad while he gets attacked by alligators?
And Paul McCartney.
John and I hitchhiked to Paris.
We've saved you a seat. Ruthie's Table 4. Listen to Ruthie's Table 4 on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics.
Anonymous emails. They're coming out of the woodwork now, C-Lane, these folks, and they want to be anonymous, all of them. Because they've experienced, some of these people who listen to the show, this weed psychosis, which I didn't know was as big of a deal as it may be behind the scenes. It's just people don't talk about it much. This says, weed psychosis is real, my weird story. Keep me anonymous, my work drug tests, LOL. Okay, you will be anonymous. I was a person who was always against weed in my teens and 20s, they say. When I found out it was similar to shrooms and you could just laugh with a certain strain, then I was all in. But being drug tested, I only got to try it a couple times a year on vacation. February of 2023 on vacation in California. My girlfriend talks me into going to the dispensary straight off the plane. God. All right. Wow. Plane lands right to the dispensary.
Waste no time. That's fine. Yeah.
That's okay. They're into this. They want to try it out. So they go straight to the dispensary.
See, if I had gotten some sort of weed psychosis on vacation, I would have blamed not really knowing, who was selling me the stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
What's
You're buying drugs on vacation sounds kind of sketch in the first place.
It seems more risky. I don't even know why, but it does. It says, got a small tin of gummies. First day, half of small tin was fine. Next day, took the same dose of a half gummy as the day before, laughing with my girlfriend like normal. And then 2 hours later, things went dark. I had thoughts of jumping off of the cliffs I was sitting by in Malibu. Not suicidal or mental at all in my life. It was so weird how I had this dark feeling, but juniors at the same time, I don't know what that means. And I'm a person who could do acid and know what's going on around me. It's not real. Very powerful and strange urge. I said it out loud so my friends could keep an eye on me. Moral of the story, we are all individual balls of energy and chemicals, and you never know how something may affect somebody in a wild way, even though it's not the norm. Very, very true, sir. There is no one life experience. Everybody's on this ride getting something a little bit different, and that is A-OK if you manage it right. Before we hear from you and get your dispatches worked into the show, I would like to see this happen more, actually. In Missouri, they've got a rule change that they're about to push through here, C-Lane.
Dear Missouri.
And Missouri is proposing a rule change that, if passed, would allow senators to challenge each other to a duel. Okay? And this is what we need in 2024. Some excitement in the world.
With pistols, like an old school, like Alexander Hamilton style?
Let's learn together. Senator Nick Schroer put a motion to the state Senate to adopt a rule change allowing state politicians to settle grievances through physicality. He said his proposed amendment was, if a senator's honor is impugned by another senator to the point that it is beyond repair, and in order for the offended senator to gain satisfaction, such senator may rectify the perceived insult to the senator's honor by challenging the offending senator to a duel. So it doesn't have to have guns involved. It could be just like a fight, I guess. It says the two senators shall agree to the terms of the duel, including choice of weapons, which shall be witnessed and enforced by the respective peers. The duel shall take place in the well of the Senate at the hour of high noon on the date agreed upon by parties. So they will just battle it out. That's where our politics is at in 2024, buddy. That's what we're looking at right now.
They just like find like a bill from 1790, and they're like, yeah, let's still put this through.
You mean the good old days? Yeah, that's when they used to duel each other. Put it on pay-per-view and let people gamble on it. All the proceeds go to buy down the deficit, and everybody wins. This is exciting stuff. One less senator in Missouri is not going to hurt anybody. In fact, I'd celebrate it. One less senator means less stuff that they're doing. You know what my ideal government is, folks? My ideal government is people doing nothing. I want them to do nothing. I want no new laws, no new nothing. The only thing I want is stuff that can help out like poor, impoverished people and tax the uber wealthy maybe a little bit more, right? Otherwise, I don't want them to do anything.
Very Ron Swanson of you.
That's right. It is. I don't want them to do anything. You know why? Because they're stupid. Most of these people are absolute stupid, just potato-brained individuals who mess everything up rather than fixing anything. But, here we are. All right, let's go over to a couple of dispatches very quickly, and then we'll set things up for the next episode. And also, this weekend, Florida is on the way.
That's right.
It's coming up in just a bit.
I have two different browsers open because there's no printer at this house.
Oh, no. Sealand's at his house broadcasting on the show today because he's got COVID, and they won't let him in. They won't let him in HQ with this, unfortunately. So here we are.
Just a little bit of COVID.
Here's the saltpeter. Hello? Hang on. Oh, there's nothing here. The saltpeter
and his junkie, it's me, saltpeter.
Just sent an empty dispatch. Here's Eskimo Brother. All right, if this doesn't play, then it's my fault. Uh-oh. Something has gone awry.
Sounds like it's your fault.
Unless this one. No, that's 3 in a row. Now we know this is my fault here. So I apologize. We'll put it on. Who's doing the next episode, by the way?
It's me.
Oh, yeah. Okay, all right.
I would assume.
Yeah, that sounds
Have you prepared a next episode?
No. I don't even know how to do one of those things, man. What do you expect from me?
Just read stories.
Okay.
It's like doing your show, but with stupid content.
All right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll hear from you with your dispatches for realsies this time. We'll also do the next episode and get into, as promised, this week in Florida, because it wouldn't be a Friday without it. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. And at 9, we all find out what the hell is Angel listening to. Tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, here's your midday update. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And boy, you know what they say, in summertime, the living's easy. Well, maybe not here in Florida with all the humidity, but at least in springtime, the living's easy. And today, no exception. Still wintertime, but feeling like April. 83 today, 85 for our Saturday, but cooling down next week with some showers Sunday. Highs only reaching the low to mid 60s by Monday. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients. Today, Morgan & Morgan has more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Brooks and Dunn Reboot 2024 Tour.
I'll play something country.
The best-selling duo of all time. Live. With David Lee Murphy. And Ernest. Saturday, May 4th, Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Brooks and Dunn Live.
Very local, powered by Wesh 2. Local news. Breaking news this morning. Original series and specials.
I can't wait to go check it out. Come with me.
24/7 TV made just for you.
How awesome is this?
Download the free Very Local app now.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at CentoMoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Spectrum Mobile brings you our best deal to start the new year. Now you can get unlimited mobile for $15 per line when you get 2 lines. Spectrum Mobile includes nationwide 5G and the fastest wireless speeds with unlimited unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line for 12 months when you get 2 lines with no added taxes or hidden fees and no contracts. Start saving on your mobile bill now. Call 855-235-4651 or visit a Spectrum store near you. Offer subject to change. Valid for new and qualified customers. Service not available in all areas. Per line activation fee, Spectrum Internet, and auto pay required. Restrictions apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
HOA and condo board members, it pays to have fiber. Let Blue Stream Fiber show you how fiber internet provides revenue for communities while saving up to 50% off retail rates. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/radio to find out more.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, tells us about the advantages the speed of audio production affords their growing tech company.
At Moderna, we have a mindset saying that we pivot fearlessly. And I think with audio, you can pivot fearlessly. You can go where the news is and bringing in content that perhaps you didn't have a few weeks earlier. It's less 6 months in advance or 3 months in advance when you do a TVC. You're able to create really nimble content, which I think in this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now, like Deep Cuts, a commercial-free station featuring deep album tracks from iconic artists. Just search Deep Cuts and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
It's 2024. Do you honestly think the government is looking out for you? Do they have your back? We have political chaos, global wars, no border protection, and our leadership telling you about pronouns and electric cars. It's time to take a hard look at protecting yourself and your family. It's time to visit the Oxford Gold Group. Call the Oxford Gold Group at 833-995-GOLD and order the investment guide or make a purchase of precious metals and get up to $2,500 in free gold. 833-995-GOLD.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the news.
And if you're new to the show, you may have missed that I gave a review on a movie called Founders Day, which I guess is like not really in most theaters now. I think that after the first weekend they had it out, they go, ugh, response not great. And now they finally have an audience review up on Rotten Tomatoes for this movie. I still think it's too high. I think it should come down some because they got it at 12%. But 12% I think is still too high. I think this is a single-digit movie. And I told you about this movie, Founders Day, and I said, it's so bad, it's bad, right? It's not like, oh, it's so bad that it's actually good and it's a good time. It's very, very, very bad, like insanely bad. Like a lot of bad things are in this movie, including all the actors and the acting and everything else that you see, the story, all of it. But afterwards, Courtney and I talked for probably an hour about how bad it was, and it was fun to do that. So if you want a movie that will prompt the conversation between you and your significant other and you'll enjoy hating on it, This is a great one. And I keep looking at the reviews coming in for Founders Day. And I want to hear if anybody you watched this after I said it. Christina said, I got to find a place to watch it. It's hard to get to right now because it's that bad. It's that bad that the theater I watched it in last week ain't showing it this week. Some more of the reviews on Founders Day. Joshua K. says 1 star.
The theater you went to already got rid of it?
They got rid of it already. 1 week.
Ooh,
only 1 week.
That's not great for the movie, though.
No. Joshua K. says, I've never walked out of a movie before. I made it halfway through and couldn't take it anymore. It's not bad enough to be good. The plot makes no sense. Scott says, hilariously bad. A movie so bad it's good. He disagrees on that one. Tries to do so many stories, yet none of them make sense or land. The only fun part is some gruesome kills. Thanksgiving is a much better movie in the same vein. And Peter says, is 0 stars an option? Who do I need to call to get a refund? This was honestly one of the worst movies I've seen in my life. Bad acting, meaningless plot with no surprises and expected moments, weak cinematography, elementary editing. The killer had a cool mask. That's about it. Beyond shocked this is in theaters, and I had that same shock. I absolutely love just how bad this was. It shows you, as an American, that you can do anything you put your mind to. If you say that I want to have a movie in movie theaters, by damn well you can do it. You can get that movie in that movie theater, even if you make the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Not only did we talk to somebody who put their mind to putting a movie in movie theaters during COVID, but they had the #1 movie because there were no other movie theaters.
Right. Yeah, I remember that guy. Yeah. So this is doable. You can do it. If they can do it, you could definitely do it. I do encourage people to watch it and report back to me because I love commiserating with others who have seen Founders Day, and not enough of you have yet. I'm really disappointed. I want more of you to see it and let me know how you took this. Christina says it's only at AMC Disney Springs and Indian River, which is too far. It's very sparse out there right now. Tough to get it. All right, here we go. You ready, C-Lane?
I am ready. Let's do this.
All right, let's do the next.
On TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Man, you look like you have an enormous dong.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode
with me. Cue the explosions.
There's a lot of explosions right there.
That's right. Next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don and ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. If you were looking to refi, if you're looking for a new home, you're looking to get out of that renting situation that you've been in, where you're just throwing money away, well, then you talk to That Mortgage Guy Don. He's a mortgage wholesaler. He goes to the Costco of mortgages.
Nice.
That's how whenever I hear he's a mortgage wholesaler, I'm envisioning a Costco that's just wall-to-wall mortgages, and Don has the key, and he's going to save you some money. So you go to ThatMortgageGuyDon.com, and I don't have the jingle, unfortunately.
Okay.
So Sean has to sing it.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
10 out of 10.
Nailed it.
Very good. Very good. Speaking of 10 out of 10, by the way, a star celebrated her 50th birthday this week.
Oh, yeah?
Somebody we all know and love, and posted an amazing picture of herself to celebrate. It is Kelly Kapowski's 50th birthday, Tiffany Amber Thiessen. Did you see her post on Instagram?
No, I'll bring it up, though.
Go to Tiffany Thiessen. Just search for Tiffany Thiessen Instagram and find the birthday post, the happy birthday to me, showing that she's over the hills, she says.
All right, let's see here. Tiffany Amber Thiessen, how many followers she got? Because she doesn't do a lot these days, I don't think. Oh, 2.3
cooking show.
Is this her in the towel? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
All right, here she is in a towel, just laying on the bed. She's over 50?
She is 50. She just turned 50.
Yeah, good for her.
Says over the hill.
I love when somebody like this posts stuff. This is what a life they live. When you look in the comments on Tiffany Thiessen's Instagram,
it's all celebrities.
Yeah, it's Jennifer Love Hewitt makes a comment. Jenna Fisher for The Office makes a comment. It's like all famous people.
Yeah, there's actually a whole Instagram account that my wife follows that is celebrities commenting on celebrities. Mm-hmm. It's just all screenshots of stuff like that. And so good for you, Tiffany Amber Thiessen. Still could get it up.
Yeah.
There is we lost a musician this week.
Oh my God.
A one named musician. And I don't think you're going to guess who it is.
Yeah, I didn't hear about anybody famous dying.
This person was not super famous, but you would know the song that she's famous for from the movie Boogie Nights. Her name is Melanie, and she, I think, is most famous for the chart-topping Brand New Key. Do you know the song Brand New Key?
I don't think so.
You know, I got a brand new pair of roses.
Oh, yeah. I know that song. Yeah.
Yeah, the chart-topping folk singer Brand New Key and Lay Down Candles in the Rain. She performed at the Woodstock Festival in 1969. She died Tuesday at the age of 76, as confirmed by her representative Billy James to Rolling Stone. Did not provide a cause of death. Said, we want to thank each and every one of you for the affection you have for our mother, and to tell you that she loved all of you so much. Of the singer born Melanie Safka, but just went by Melanie, one of the early one-named singers.
Nice.
Yeah. And now you have who do we have? Madonna, Cher.
Who else is in this? I'm trying to think. Lady Gaga is not one
Drake.
name. Drake.
No, Lady
yeah,
Gaga
Drake is one name. Elton. I don't know if he goes by that though. You know, he doesn't.
No, that's not a thing.
Yeah. But when I hear Elton, I think Elton John. I don't even think about the other Eltons.
True.
Probably thousands of Eltons out there, and I don't even think about you for a second, Elton.
It's sort of like Adolph's.
Yeah.
You only think of that one.
Right.
You know, Sean, I don't know if you've done any planning yet, but a very important holiday is coming up. It's been important to you, but mostly important to Courtney, I would think.
Yeah, Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day is coming up. Have you having any plans yet?
No, I never plan anything. We usually just do something after Valentine's Day. Because Valentine's Day, like every place is all booked up and stuff.
Well, perfect. This is something for you guys that is doesn't have you don't have to have a reservation for. You just have to buy the kit, and it is $49. The Love Kit from White Castle. White Castle wants you to have a very unique, loving Valentine's Day, so they have introduced the Love Kit. The special offer. With the introduction of the new $49 Love Kit, the details on the offering are as follows.
If I brought White Castle back for Valentine's Day, I'm dead. I'm going to be shot.
You don't know, man. You don't know. The Love Kit includes, ready, 12 sliders consisting of 4 original sliders, 4 classic cheese, and 4 jalapeno sliders with instructions for preparation developed by food experts at White Castle.
No.
All right, so you got that. In addition, the kit has dill pickles, 12 Valentine's Day themed slider boxes. That's very important.
Boo.
I'm very curious what the scent is here. It says a White Castle scented candle. Does that mean a candle that smells like White Castle?
A burger candle that smells like fat people and burgers inside this place? I want to throw this over to all the ladies on chat. If your significant other brought you back White Castle for Valentine's Day, are you happy about that or are you mad about that? All right. Just let us know, because I think most women will be like, you brought me White Castle? They would be outraged by this.
I might. I mean, if not for the fact that we were low carbing it, I would think about ordering this. I want to smell the candle if it's supposed to smell like White Castle.
Yeah.
And a collection of Craventine cards. $49, but supplies are limited, so fans need to act fast to place their order at houseofcrave.com, which is White Castle's online store, and they promise to have them at your door by February 12th.
Okay.
So what are you thinking there, Sean?
I'm not doing it because I value my life and I would like to stay in this relationship, and I don't think that's the way to do it.
Usually when we talk about the Sundance Film Festival, or I think more so we talk about when there's a huge ovation, it's at cons or Cannes. But usually that's some of the stupider stuff that goes on during these film festivals. They have these 20-minute long standing ovations. Why would anybody do that for that long? But stupider things are taking place. And an audience member was ejected from a Sundance Festival event in a spat over artificial intelligence, triggering a walkout that illustrates the divisions the technology has rapidly wrought in the film industry.
Oh.
So basically, I guess they would call this person a filmmaker. I'm not really sure if this counts. They had a screening of Being, and then the parentheses, the digital griot, or griot. And then, at the screening, audience members were encouraged to approach the screen and discuss issues like racism and the patriarchy with an artificial intelligence bot.
This is stupid.
It gets worse.
Come up to the screen and talk about politics and racism and the patriarchy. Get out of here.
Right. No. It gets better. Ready? So this is why there was an audience member that screamed, F this AI.
Uh-huh.
And they got ejected from the room because, according to the film's creator, I'm not here to be cursed out, and I'm not going to have my AI child be cursed out either.
Oh my God. Light this whole place on fire. The whole building, everybody in it, light it all on fire, please.
100% peak stupid. Wrapping up tonight on Fallon, Ken Jeong, Dwayne Wade, Pete Lee. All the rest of them are in repeats. And this weekend, Dakota Johnson hosts Saturday Night Live with Justin Timberlake performing. He's got a new album coming out. And then NFL playoffs, Kansas City Chiefs at the Ravens, Detroit Lions at San Francisco 49ers. And I think one of those is airing on our station, if not both. But you can check that out on CBS and Fox. And friends, that is your next episode. Hit it, Casey.
Oh, that's not real.
It's totally real.
It's not real people cheering. It's going on for a while.
Yeah.
FAI. I'm leaving.
Sean, that guy doesn't want his AI child cursed at.
They were saying the reaction to the White Castle thing. Alicia says, I'd be mad about that because White Castle is disgusting. Crazy Drunk Cat Lady says, happy. Aaron said, my wife would laugh her ass off and then wait for the real gift. Angel says White Castle is awful. Got a hell no from somebody somebody's girlfriend who heard in the background. Said, no, I do not want that. A lot of people with reactions to the White Castle Valentine's Day meal. Don't do that.
Poor Jennifer. The only Christmas presents I got this year were ones that I bought for myself. So if it came with anything White Castle's included, it would be an improvement.
Oh, it's a little sad. All right, quick break. She'll be okay, I'm sure. When we come back,
I got my victory White Claw.
That's true. We're going to have a double because This Week in Florida is coming up next. We're going to do that when we return, plus hear from you. We got a lot more for you on a very busy Friday, and that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's a Real Radio sports special with the AFC and NFC championship games this Sunday. Coverage starts at 2 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traveling on I-4 this afternoon, you can expect a bit of delays due to an accident eastbound at Conroy Road. The right lane is blocked. The off-ramp is partially blocked from the Greenway northbound to Dowden Road, exit 24. Watch out for congestion there. And authorities are clearing up an accident on State Road 429 southbound at Forest Lake Toll Plaza. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The Florida Jobs Now job fair coming to the Orlando Science Center March 13th. More info coming soon.
It's time for the 16th annual Fiddler's Green 5K Run. Walk, run, even participate virtually. The event takes place on Saturday, February the 3rd at 7:30 in the morning, starting at Mead Garden and through the streets of Winter Park. And then the post-event gathering at Fiddler's Green Irish Pub. This year's 5K benefits Habitat for Humanity and SECO, Conductive Education Center for Orlando. Sign up now by visiting fiddlersgreen5k.org. That's fiddlersgreen5k.org. The 16th annual Fiddler's Green 5K, Saturday, February 3rd, through the streets of Winter Park. Don't miss the special race and post-event gathering at Fiddler's Green Irish Pub. For more information and sign up, visit fiddlersgreen5k.org.
This is Jeff Kaufman from the Injury Law Firm of Kaufman & Lind and the Under Oath podcast. A little more free advice. Any conversation you have with the insurance company after you get into an accident will be recorded. Everything you say can and will be used against you. For example, when they ask you how you're doing, these are not words of concern. These are traps to keep them from paying your medical expenses. Simply reply with, I've been told to avoid answering questions like this. It's not if, but when you get into an accident. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546.
In the 1930s, Lucky Luciano, founder of the modern mafia, was taken down by prosecutor Eunice Carter, one of the first black woman assistant district attorneys in New York. The Godmother, an immersive 10-part podcast, delves into her unstoppable rise as she takes on roles from writer to politician, revealing a badass anti-hero, unafraid to bend the rules for justice.
But for Eunice Carter,
I don't know that Luciano would ever have been convicted of anything.
Listen to The Godmother on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's the new year, and guess what? I'm in hot water. Hey, it's RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. My sales are frozen. So this month, I've cooked up the craziest icebreaker ever. Right now, I'm paying way over appraised value for any car, regardless of make, model, miles, or even condition. If you owe $2,000, $4,000, or even $7,000 more than it's worth, I still want it. Plus, with my dealer next door credit approval process, you could skate home for just $8 down. We've got the banks to break the ice with lower rates and smaller payments. You can drive a car that's twice as nice. Come see me at RC Hill Mitsubishi. Check out the new Mirage 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. And introducing the all-new Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. For your peace of mind, we provide a lifetime limited warranty. So dump that old ride you hate, and you can drive for $8. But hurry, this deal will melt away fast. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. See details at rchill.com.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Scott for Scots here. Your lawn is meant for all things bonus. Bonus relaxing, bonus playing, bonus beauty. But when dollar weed and clover are popping up everywhere, it's time to start cutting them back with Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S. It kills dollar weed and clover and feeds your grass so it grows thick and strong to crowd out future weeds. Now that's worth some bonus points, eh?
Get a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S today. It's guaranteed or your money back.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar, solarsource.com/monsters.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. It means that when you hire us, you get a legal army. When it comes to law, size matters. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
On game day, you want to focus on three things: football, friends, and food. And what makes all those better? Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford Original gives grilled food an authentic wood-fired barbecue flavor you can't get anywhere else. Well-fed friends are happy friends. So good. And football, well, it's just more fun with a burger in hand. Elevate your backyard game day grilling with Kingsford Original Charcoal, America's grilling expert. Kingsford.com.
You're all set with your Medicare prescriptions, Mrs. Brown.
This is not just low-cost copays at Walgreens.
I can actually help you set up 90-day refills if you want.
This is having a partner you can trust. Get low-cost copays, 90-day refills, and delivery from your neighborhood Walgreens. This is being independent. Together. Walgreens.
Restrictions apply. For details, see walgreens.com/pharmacy.
Hosting big parties often calls for making tough, last-minute decisions, but planning the perfect meal shouldn't be one of them. Let the Fresh from Florida Club help. As a member, you can browse hundreds of recipes, each with local, in-season ingredients. That means you can create and save the perfect menu well ahead of time, so you can sit back and enjoy the party. Join the free Fresh from Florida Club at freshfromflorida.com. It could be the easiest decision you'll make all year.
It's a no-pay new year with no payments for 6 months at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, CASH. C-A-S-H. Cash. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's
It's going to get very Florida up in here with C-Lane. Speaking of him, you mentioned to me yesterday, C-Lane's like, did you see this story about the Fontainebleau? And I said, you mean the Fontainebleau, like the hotel in Miami? And C-Lane's like, no, the one in Vegas was selling this nacho appetizer, and it was
they were getting roasted online for it.
Yeah, it was $24, and it was like the photograph of somebody who purchased the $24 nachos at the Fontainebleau in Vegas showed, what, 6 chips or something?
It was $4 per nacho.
$4 per nacho is a little bit pricey.
And like there were small nachos, and each one of them had like a pile of cheese melted on top, and then there were 4 dips for the 6 chips. You couldn't even evenly distribute that.
No, and people started raging about this, and then like everything else, it turns into a big advertisement. So the thread turned into every chain restaurant going, here's what our nachos look like, and here's what our nachos look like for $16.99. And everybody just started to utilize it. The Hooters, Hooters jumped in, and they said more than 50 chips in every orders of Hooters nachos for just $17.99. And Hooters, that still sounds a little expensive, if I'm honest with you.
50 chips.
50 chips, but $17.99 for nachos. Get out of here. Even the Taco Bell ones are too expensive now. You know that, like the basic bitch Taco Bell nachos with the little pouch and then the little like neon cheese,
the little 2-ounce souffle cup of cheese.
Yeah, if you order that via one of the apps like DoorDash, it's $2.79 or something now. And that used to be 50 cents or 70
the bottom
cents.
rung.
Yeah, that was the lowest of the low. All right, you ready to do this thing?
Ready, Sean.
All right, I'm good. Good to hear that, C-Lane. I'm not just trying to stall to get the opener or anything like that.
I thought that's what all this nacho talk was for.
No, I'm ready to go. So let's do it. Here we go. Let's do This Week in Florida.
giving you a recap of the most groan-worthy stories in the state.
It's This Week in Florida.
That's right. Live from my child's nursery. This Week in Florida. Time to take a trip around the Sunshine State and see some of the craziness that has gone on in the past 7 days or so. And we start in Key West. I pulled this story for you, Sean.
Okay,
specifically. So I'm glad you're here.
I appreciate it.
And that is because we've talked about before, you disagree with this practice in which you can receive a DUI for sleeping in the backseat of your car.
Yes, I am against that in almost all situations because I think that if somebody's legitimately pulled into a driveway, say their friend's driveway or something, and they're sleeping in their car, they're doing the right thing by not driving anymore.
Correct. And then the fact that knowing that they could go to jail for sleeping in their car because they're intoxicated would cause them to drive anyway.
Yes.
So that they're not in that situation
Potentially,
anymore.
Yeah, that would be a problem.
So this is a similar situation, but in fact, this didn't have to do with drinking and driving. It had to do with dangerous weather down in the Keys. And there's a woman that's dead because of it. And it's kind of unfortunate. Police identified 61-year-old Bella Rose. She had been reported missing. And she lived off her boat, right? In a Key West marina. She was found floating in the water Sunday, according to her neighbors in the Key West Police Department. The agency investigating the case, Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, it's Excuse me.
It's a tough one to say.
The COVID brain, man. Says the woman's dinghy was found Sunday with impact damage on part of its hull near Sigsbee Military Campground, and her body was found later that day. So her whole ordeal was they had a small craft advisory all weekend, sustained winds between 20 and 25 miles an hour, and seas up to 9 feet. And she wanted to sleep in her car. According to her neighbors, she planned to sleep in the car parked at the city marina on Saturday because of the windy weather and the rough seas. However, staff warned her she could not spend the night in her vehicle, so she headed out to the boat, and that's how she ended up. The weather was so bad that she died.
You're exactly right. That's the problem, because people hear these things and you have a rule and they're like, I don't know, it's just the rule that we have around here. We got to follow this rule, even though it might seem stupid right now. All right, fine. And then somebody ends up either getting hurt or dying. That's terrible.
Like, I'm curious. I mean, the poor lady, she's 61. I wonder if there was any option to like find somewhere where she's allowed to sleep in her vehicle. But I mean, at least if it's at the marina where her boat is parked, she's among neighbors and friends. She's around people where she would have felt safer than perhaps other areas of Key West. I mean, a lot of Key West, I don't know that there's really bad areas there. There's not enough room.
Yeah.
But yeah, she lives on her boat. This area is like one of the cheaper areas to live in Key West because it's so expensive to actually have a place. They said even like a 1-bedroom, 1-bath could be way over $2,000 a month.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. A lot of those places, any kind of island community like that is not a lot of inventory, and the money comes in and gobbles everything up.
Says people living on their boats in Garrison Bight pay the city around $420 a month. That includes access to a mooring ball, which anchors the vessels, a parking space, and use of the marina's laundry and shower facilities. But apparently, you're not allowed to sleep in your car, and there's somebody dead because of that. And in a weirdly similar story, there's a family that's suing a retirement community because their loved one was eaten by an alligator.
Yeah, I saw this. I'm interested in what Moses DeWitt says about this, because this is an interesting case, I think. You're talking about the lady that she lived in an area where she said there was no signs up that warned that there could possibly be an alligator, and she got gobbled up by the damn thing. She died, right?
Yes, she did. So it says the family says there were no signs posted around the lake warning residents of the presence of an alligator, and the property managers encouraged people to sit near the lake by placing a bench along the shoreline. So that's not good. But also, the family found that this woman was previously like cited for walking her dog in other places in the neighborhood and not by the alligator lake. So not only was there no signs warning about the gators, but like they also like she was trying to walk the dog in a more safe environment.
Yeah, so she's saying, where do you want me to walk? I get in trouble if I walk over here or if I walk over here. And when I'm walking in this place, I didn't know I was at risk. And by the way, for folks in Rochester or maybe even Dallas, this might sound insane to you, but around here in Florida, in the state of Florida, most lakes have a sign up, and the sign says like alligator warning, do not go in the water, whatever. And this neighborhood did not have that. And as you can see, a very, very Florida-like story, you can get gobbled up by an alligator, which she ended up, happened to her, actually.
And somehow the gator went for her and not the dog, which is super scary.
Good for the dog,
a little bit creepy. But, yeah, I think the dog survived. In Pinellas County, there's a beachfront hotel owner that's a little bit upset. See, they signed up for this sand rejuvenation project.
Sounds nice.
I guess to like, kind of gussy up the beach, make it look a little nicer. Maybe some of the sand, not so great. So they're going to bring in the new sand. And they just brought a whole pile of it, and it's now blocking her tenant's view of the water. And she's afraid that she's going to start losing money about this on this, and that she's begging the county to bring out the people to start smoothing out the sand. Katrina Hale says, I'm concerned this is going to end my business. She's owned Sand Glow Villas for 23 years. Her waterfront property is a place for families to make memories and enjoy a beautiful view. That's her talking.
Yeah.
And when she went to check on her property Thursday, she was greeted by a pile of sand that was several feet tall. She said, I came out here and have this giant wall of sand that you see behind me, and I was stunned. she had signed up. I think a lot of places along the shore really wanted to do this sand rejuvenation project, which is good for the beach.
Yeah.
But it's kind of annoying if there's a giant pile of sand blocking your view.
Real quick, Ran on YouTube says, it's Florida. Alligators are everywhere. A similar complaint was from a tourist up north complaining that they didn't realize we had sharks in our oceans because of a lack of a sign. This is very stupid. Hard disagree. And here's why, okay? There is, we have road signs. We have things warning us like there's a sharp cliff here or whatever. This is a dangerous turn, slippery when wet, all of those things. You might say, hey, dummy, can't you look and see that there's a cliff there? Still good to have signs that warn you, because there are lakes in Florida where you never see a gator and there's zero risk. And there are lakes in Florida where there are hundreds of alligators. So you get a little kid around there and they have no idea they're wandering into gator bait. So there actually legitimately is a reason for signs like that. there doesn't need to be a sign for a shark, I don't think. I mean, people see the sharks and say,
I think they kind of include that in the, whatever rules, as you're walking down the boardwalk to get to the beach.
Yeah.
Usually there's some rules.
Beware.
It's like an overall beware of sharks kind of deal.
I'm always aware of sharks.
Hell, in New Smyrna, you should just assume that there's sharks nearby.
Yeah, it's a rite of passage to get bit by a shark down there, I think.
In Orange County, 2 men are behind bars for driving 199 miles an hour. Didn't make it to 2, did you?
Right there, though.
You were so close, man. According to an arrest report, Luis Alejandro Lozano Figueroa, 20, was clocked doing 199 in a 70-mile-an-hour zone while driving a red Chevy Camaro on the Florida Turnpike. Mario Alberto Paz Gil was sitting in the passenger seat. 2 other juveniles in the car were released to their parents. I think they said somewhere that they were doing this for like an Instagram thing, just to show off that they were driving fast.
I'd be like, officer, you and I both know the problem here. I went 199. I got to get 200 on this. Can we redo this? Can we reboot and try this so I can get over the 200 mark?
Oh, they didn't let him do it. No, they took them straight to jail. I don't know why the passenger got jail for that.
Maybe they did something else, huh?
I don't know. There's a woman facing neglected DUI charges after she was found asleep behind the wheel at the car line of her child's school. Mother of the day material. A man has had his charges randomly dropped. They don't say why, for attacking a bus driver for dropping him off at Disney World instead of SeaWorld. Supposed to be the happiest place on earth. Don't know what's going on there, but they just randomly dropped the guy's charges. They're not going to pursue he like caused a couple $100 worth of damage to the Lynx bus too.
Jesus.
Like he went ape-s. Tampa Amazon driver arrested for stealing a French bulldog valued at how much, Sean?
Oh, French bulldogs are pricey. $6,000.
$4,000. You almost had it. You started to say it, and then you zigged when you should have zagged. A St. Petersburg woman has racked up 2 DUIs in 2 weeks. One was after she hit a house in St. Petersburg, and then she got back in the car 2 weeks within the same fortnight and drove to a liquor store with a flat tire. That means that person really wanted to get some booze. And last but not least, this week in Florida, Sean, we have plenty of cards in our wallet. You have a few cards, I'm sure. I have a few cards.
Yeah.
And when it comes to selecting
our friend Josh Fowler has many, many cards.
Oh, he does. Yeah. A lot of credit cards, that guy.
He's the guy who goes into the obscure place and goes, do you have a card program? Because I'd like to get one here at the Auntie Anne's Pretzel Company,
Ooh. But
I want the
cash back on those pretzel bites, though.
I want the Voodoo Donuts credit card. I just need to have this.
Well, when selecting which card you're going to use to cut up some drugs, you probably should refrain from using the one that you might later have to hand to police. But that wasn't the case for this man. He forgot to brush off the meth on his driver's license when he handed it over to cops during a traffic stop. Deputies were in the area in Haines City. They noticed a tailgate was covering up a license plate. A probable cause arrest affidavit reviewed by Law and Crime said. They pulled over Robert Brush, 46 years old, and asked for his license. And when he handed it over, deputies noticed a whole bunch of meth on it, which was what inevitably led this guy to jail. Deputies arrested Brush on charges of traffic in amphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, possessing a vehicle, knowingly trafficking drugs, and tampering with physical evidence. He's actually a frequent visitor to jail over the years. He's been lodged there over 50 times since 1997.
My God.
Guy probably has his own little booth, his own little like bed there. They're like, we'll get Robert Brush's back, get him his bed, and this time it's for the meth on the driver's license. And that's it for this week in Florida.
Thank you, C-Lane. I saw they're kind of scrambling, trying to figure out what to do with The Daily Show. And I talked about before how it's been all of this time since Trevor Noah left, and they can't find somebody to do the job. They've had all these celebrity guests. They've had staff members that they've tried out. They keep trying stuff. And then they say, you know what we're going to do? We're going to bring Jon Stewart back. We're going to get him back in here because...
I mean, they've been doing this guest host thing for a while.
Yeah.
I think Jon Stewart was only recently available because he had that Apple TV Plus show, but I think that got dropped.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of that. That wasn't even like on my radar. I saw a couple of clips from it. But I liked him a lot on The Daily Show.
I think he's great.
And when he was
on and off The Daily Show.
When he left The Daily Show, it was bringing in, I've mentioned this before, it was bringing in like 2.2 million viewers every night. The numbers on that now, as they've just grinded away at their audience, one, I think they've really, really kind of pigeonholed their content and the audience is dwindling. But two, they're trying to target younger people who... Not a lot of them watch live TV anymore. We got to be real about this. Younger people focus on digital platforms, streaming platforms, much more, and they're not tuned in. So when Jon Stewart was there, now they brought him back once a week. He's going to be doing The Daily Show until the election. And when he left, there was 2.2 million viewers. Now it's down to about 570,000 viewers. The median age of the audience was 48. Now it's 63 years old.
When you say now... Are we talking now post Trevor Noah?
Yeah.
Or because I feel like they're not doing themselves any favors by doing this whole we don't know what we're doing with the platform kind of dance.
It was low with Trevor Noah too, though. The numbers were down from that, and people live watching the show. Like I told you when they played the clip of the show, the News Junkie on The Daily Show, only one person emailed me. It's like, oh man, this used to be huge. You would have been like, guy would have got hundreds of emails after that back in the day. But they've really, really had their audience dwindle down to this. And it's crazy to me to think when you see a TV show, you're like, think of all the writers, the producers, the camera people, the lighting people, the sound people, everybody who is employed by what is called The Daily Show. And then 570,000 people watch that. I guess a lot more on like YouTube and the digital side of things too.
When something like that happens, where you it was a very short clip, by the way, of us, and when I say us, it was just you talking about something.
I forgot.
It was something in an orchestra.
Yeah, it was some news story about an orchestra and
a violin player, maybe. I don't know, but they found a quick clip. And they played it over like some stock footage of orchestras or violins or something. Did you ever in the moment think, it would be awesome if an ex-girlfriend saw that? Was just randomly watching The Daily Show, just going about their day, and then all of a sudden they heard me.
Look at me go. No, I didn't even know until afterwards. And somebody emailed and they said they took a clip from the show and they played, and I go, okay, fine, that's fine by me. When we come back, there is yet another celebrity who is getting rolled over by a steamroller today. What did they do? This is an odd one. We got that coming up next on the News Junkie.
You can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Travel with caution on I-4. Authorities are clearing up an accident eastbound at Conroy Road. The off-ramp is partially blocked from the Greenway northbound to Dowden Road, exit 24. Watch out for delays there. And the right lane is blocked on State Road 429 northbound before Forest Lake Toll Plaza. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa is ringing in 2024 in a big way with any 20 or 24-ounce freshly brewed hot coffee for just $2, including their new caramel cream flavor. Pour more of your favorite coffee at Wawa.
In the 1930s, Lucky Luciano, founder of the modern mafia, was taken down by prosecutor Eunice Carter, one of the first black woman assistant district attorneys in New York. The Godmother, an immersive 10-part podcast, delves into her unstoppable rise as she takes on roles from writer to politician, revealing a badass anti-hero, unafraid to bend the rules for justice.
But for Eunice Carter, I don't know that Luciano would ever have been convicted of anything.
Listen to The Godmother on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're conquering the unconquerable. Using artificial intelligence and data, our experts can create a personalized gene roadmap just for you, customizing your cancer treatment, giving your body exactly what it needs to fight the disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Orlando's top-rated comedy club and restaurant celebrates becoming the Funny Bone. Formerly the Improv Comedy Club, the Funny Bone guarantees the same great talent and awesome live comedy experience with a new name at Point Orlando. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Michael Blackson, January 26th and 27th.
We're going to talk about Stevie Wonder sees me every day. What do you mean by that?
Followed by Jeff R. Curry on February 1st through the 3rd. Check out the star-studded calendar and showtimes at orlando.funnybone.com. Home to the best comedic talent on tour nationally. Come get funny at the Funny Bone.
Hey, it's Russ Rollins. Need your carpets and tile looking great without sticky, soapy chemical residue left behind? Zero Res will clean your carpets the right way. This month, they're offering 20% off all their carpet and upholstery cleaning. That's OrlandoZeroRes.com. Zero Res, spelled forwards or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Magic fans, be at Kia Center on Sunday, January 28th, when the Orlando Magic host Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and the Phoenix Suns during their only visit to Orlando this season. Secure your tickets today for this big-time city night at orlandomagic.com.
Attention, our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Oh, this cold.
Honey?
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste, because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
No, I'm getting a cold.
Honey. Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like Deep Cuts. Featuring deep album tracks from iconic artists like the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, The Who, The Stones, and more. Try something new for 2024. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Deep Cuts, and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
No payments for 3 months with approved credit? Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, CASH. C-A-S-H. Cash. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
If you ever need to talk, he'll pretend to listen. You're listening to the
on the show because we got something to talk about that is wild. It's wild, but truly happening. Oh, you'll see. Yeah, things about to get real at the top of the hour here. So make sure you hang out with us for a conversation that I think is important to have. But before that, let's have conversations that are not important to have. Why not? We might as well do that. We're going to get to your dispatches. We've had absolutely nobody properly roast us yet. Okay, we've opened the door to this and said you get a free year of secret shows. And so far, you guys have swung and missed every time.
There's been some attempts, but
yeah. And in their defense, C-Lane, in their defense, I have not played that many of them, so that's kind of my fault. But we're going to work some of these in and see if anybody lands any shots on either you or me. Most of the shots at the moment seem to be headed toward Alyssa Milano. People do not like Alyssa Milano. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like political.
What should do now?
Now she posted a tweet or an X, whatever you'd like to call it. And she said on Twitter, my son's baseball team is raising money for their Cooperstown trip. Any amount would be so greatly appreciated. You can read more about the team and make a donation here. And she linked to a GoFundMe that she and her husband started on behalf of this kid's baseball team. And they want to raise 10 grand to go on this trip to Cooperstown, which I think is where the Hall of Fame is, right? And
you're asking the wrong guy.
She posted this up, and everybody's like, what? You're soliciting from followers on your social media accounts for people to give you GoFundMe money so that your son and his baseball team can go on this trip to Cooperstown? Why don't you pay the $10,000 that it costs? Because I know you're wealthy. I know you've done very well for yourself. Not for nothing, but you've been on television for quite some time, and you've been making money all that time, stacking up cash. Kind of lame to go over to your users and your followers and your fans and get them to pony up for your kid's baseball team trip. I remember times where people listening to us would have started like GoFundMes, and I'd be like, oh, please, shut that down.
No, no.
Shut that down, please. I don't want to do that. We're going to offer up things that you can buy to support the show. You can go subscribe to secret shows at thenewsjunkie.com. That's helpful. There's a new one up there right now, as a matter of fact. You can buy merch.
You put up last night's?
I did, and I have never done that before.
Just out of the blue?
Yeah, we finished the secret show, uncensored, and I said, let me just edit it now and post it now. And bleary-eyed and half drunk, I was able to get that thing edited and posted. And so right after the show today, if you want more, you can go over to thenewsjunkie.com and watch or listen to the latest secret show. But when we have merch, or if we have Just Okay, big one. That's a great way to support the show. But I wouldn't want people just like, hey, here's a GoFundMe. Give me some money right now. Nothing against other people for trying it, whatever. I don't feel comfortable with that. I feel weird about that. I couldn't imagine being like, guys, Dylan is joined a softball team, and they want to go to Las Vegas for the weekend. So you have nothing to do with this. This is not your family member. And that's another thing. Like, the fundraising should be from the immediate families of all the kids that are on the baseball team. They've got a dog in the fight or a kid that's going to go on the vacation. Get your aunts, your uncles, your family members to chime in a couple of bucks. And
so $10,000 though, this has got to be to send the whole team, not just her son.
No,
right?
it's a whole team. The whole team is going to go.
I think the problem is that she brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
She probably should have encouraged someone else to
like another
tweet
parent.
about it.
If another parent did it, it would be fine.
And also on page 6, I guess they're doing the extra credit here. It says it does not look like the Milanos have donated to this yet.
Oh, yeah. Her name is not amongst the donors yet, which is just rich. Just chef's kiss. My God.
And some people, I mean, the money is the money. They're going to take it either way. But some people are donating just so they can talk smack to her. Because one critic went so far to donate $5 to the fundraiser so they could write, "Doesn't Alyssa have enough money?"
Very true.
I think that's what they named themselves, because everything has names.
Yeah, right. So you do that to get your message across. Over on YouTube, Sam says, and boy, what a secret show last night. Ha ha. I only remember certain things.
That was a good time.
I remember the things spiraling at certain points, but if you want to go on a wild ride, go do that. All day
yuckers.
Oh, go ahead.
We
both saw the same
doing
time.
the same thing.
Go for it.
Says, is C-Lane broadcasting from the back stock room of a Bye Bye Baby? Sort of. a lot of the stuff that we got for the child, we happened to get pregnant right around the time that Bye Bye Baby was going bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
So we got some good deals.
How great would that be if we had a bit where you, on one day of the week, just broadcasted from the most random locations that we could think of? Like
I used to do that when we did dispatch intros to our best ofs.
But like,
me and Dom from the Supervillains took one of the swans in Lake Eola and just like paddle boated out to the middle of the lake and just did them there.
Yeah, I remember that one. Was that the one where you were real sauced?
Nope. That was we did that one during the day.
Day drinking and doing dispatches is a bad mix. Okay, let's see. We can work at a couple of dispatches in this segment here while we get ready for the top of the hour. Some bombs dropping, because there's a story that's bubbling up that we got to get to. Here's Cleaford talking about intro. It just says intro, exclamation point.
It's the News Junkies for a Friday, January 26th. Lots to get to today.
That's right.
From Sean tries on an extra small glove to C-Lane's able to finally touch little boys legally.
Ooh.
Hello there, Sabrina. Hello there, C-Lane. And hello to you. You can join us on the show today by going to thenewsjunkie.com, because I'm too cheap to continue having a nap.
Thank you, sir. It was okay. It was okay. Justin, you with the dispatch. It says, Auntie Ons?
What up, y'all? Happy today. Sean, we're just going to brush past the fact that you called Auntie Ons Auntie Ons.
Is that what I said?
Auntie Ons.
Auntie Ans?
I don't even know what to say to this anymore, dude. Jesus.
I was just reaching for a small chain restaurant name in the moment. Yeah. And
the comedy was in finding something that you should not have a credit card for and finding that in Joshua Fowler's wallet.
He immediately texts us and said, "Don't be talking about my wallet. What's in there?" It's like, all right, buddy.
Do you say aunt or aunt?
I think I switch it up. I think I go back and forth.
I grew up saying aunt, so I say aunt, and I feel like when my wife says aunt, she's saying it like to tell me it's aunt, you loser. Like I feel there's like a little bit of hatred behind it, trying to like telling me I'm wrong.
Aunt sounds fancier. I think I say aunt. Like my aunt and uncle. Yeah, I would
definitely
say aunt. Yeah, I think that's the way I say it. I don't know if that's right or not, but somebody will lecture us, I'm sure, with the dispatch to the newsjunkie.com.
It's your opinion. So
let that be known. Get it to us. And we'll be back with jury duty. And then at the top of the hour, we will start throwing down some bombs, because there's a big story that we need to be talking about it. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio. is...
The Monsters in the Morning.
But you got like ugly little long toes with the nasty little...
They are beautiful feet, right?
No, they're not.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Fantasy.
With the Atlanta Falcons hiring Raheem Morris to be their next head coach, it looks like Bill Belichick might end up sitting out this year. Despite his 6 rings, Belichick doesn't feel in touch with today's offensive-minded NFL. He's also grumpy and abrasive. He and Brady didn't always get along. NFL teams are looking for enthusiastic, collaborative candidates to lead their teams. Bill's none of those things at this point. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Get connected to Central Florida like never before with Very Local, powered by Wesh 2. Stay informed with the local news team you trust. Explore original series and specials.
You are one of the most inspiring people I've ever met.
Experience new sights and new adventures with the ultimate Central Florida insiders.
I can't wait to go check it out. Come with me.
24/7 TV made just for you.
How awesome is this?
Download the free Very Local app now and stream like a local.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. We'll always be here for you. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to Wassie'sMeatMarket.com for your big green egg today.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's a no-pay new year at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Buy a new Nissan and make no payments for 6 months. And no interest financing. That's 0%. Plus, shop the best selection of certified pre-owned Nissans at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Click OrlandoNissan.com. Home of the lifetime warranty. See dealer for details.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. 2024, we all have resolutions. Here's a really good one, I think. A resolution to find out about your health before anything happens. That means go to Life Imaging FLA. Early detection is the key to maintaining a healthy heart. And in 2024, make the resolution to get a scan before you have any symptoms for heart disease or for cancer, because it's a game changer if you have early detection. And that's what Life Imaging FLA does. I'm so glad that my wife and I went, and I know people that have gone and found out they had heart blockage they had no idea about. So it's a game changer. Here's what you do. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is like a $699 value, and it's definitely worth it. So pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, you'll be connected in seconds. Get a scan if you can, and remember, you're going to receive an option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. It's Life Imaging FLA. Get a scan if you can.
I'm Chris Walls, and I'm a truck driver from Missouri. For 13 hours a night, I sit in my truck and I drive. Out of boredom, I'll stop and eat. If I'm not doing fast food, I guarantee there's a bag of chips open on my dashboard. Along with that, I'm good for about 4 liters of soda a night. That was all until Andro 400. I started out 4 months ago weighing 341 pounds, and since taking Andro 400, I have dropped 45 pounds. I'm sleeping better. There's no cravings. My knee pains went away. I've had some lower back issues, and I've noticed that went away, and I can only contribute that to Andro 400. One thing that Andro 400 said on the radio ad says it attacks belly fat. Well, let me tell you, it did. I've lost 6 inches. This product really does work.
So guys, if you'd like to experience similar results,
Then get Andro 400, the safe, natural, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
Hey, you're up next.
Ugh, my throat hurts so bad. There's no way I can sing tonight.
Here, try these.
Vicks VapoCool Drops.
Yeah, Vicks VapoCool Drops has maximum strength menthol with a rush of Vicks Vapors.
Ooh, I can already feel it.
I told you. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
Vaporize sore throat pain fast with Vicks VapoCool Drops.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
Talk about in courtrooms around the country. I saw this usually happens to people. I would love to do this actually. When they're on this show on PBS called Finding Your Roots, people always, you learn about your like ancestry on this show, and they tell you, this person was your great 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 grandfather. This person was your great 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 grandmother, and they did this, and you're like, oh no. Usually a couple of bad ones in there. And LeVar Burton from Reading Rainbow.
Yeah.
Star Trek, I think, right? This is Star Trek. And he's in a bunch of this stuff. And LeVar Burton was sitting down for Alex Haley's show. He was sitting down for the show Finding Your Roots on PBS. He was in Alex Haley's Roots when he was younger. And they were sitting down talking about all of this stuff in his life. And during it, they discovered that he was descended from a Confederate soldier. And they were like, hey, in your lineage, you as a black man were the descendant of a Confederate soldier. And when you hear these kind of things, I think you're like, it makes you uncomfortable with your identity because you're like, I didn't identify with that. It didn't feel like it was ever a thing. And now I kind of feel like I have a responsibility for it. Like if you go back through your lineage and somebody did something terrible, it makes it feel like it's blackened your name too, right?
I don't think so.
No, you don't think so? Like,
no.
If you saw like great Grandpa Lane murdered an orphanage full of kids, you would be like, oh, damn.
Be like, sorry about that orphanage, guys. Wasn't me, though.
I would be like, oh, no. This is going to ruin me for many generations to come. Sour Patch Pete on Twitch says, C-Lane and Sean, live action Yogi Bear and Boo Boo. Is that what we're doing right now? Okay.
Is that it?
You join us with your dispatch because we'll get to those in just a moment. But yeah, LeVar Burton learned he was descendant of a Confederate soldier on that show. It's a really cool thing. Hey, have you ever taken the time to do the ancestry stuff, or you don't have any interest in it?
I've done a little bit of it. I did that cheap test that you got me.
Mm-hmm.
You got like a Groupon on or something. It was the Wish version of Ancestry.
It was like 22andMe, and just not quite all the way there.
I still get emails from that service every once in a while, and people trying to. There's one guy that was like asking me questions about people that I knew, and I was just like not that interested to answer them.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of ghosted him. But my uncle Charlie is very, very much into, keeping the family tree together, right. Documenting stuff like that. He has a whole like Facebook group of just family members where he restores old pictures and tries to identify people that are in them and identify the year they were taken. He's really, really into that kind of stuff. and I'm interested in it. I just don't. I don't put time into it.
It's one of those things that has been so altered by the course of the internet, because I remember I was a little kid and there was this woman that my mom knew, I think, and they were like, what does she do? Well, she's a genealogist. And you go, what? And you go, oh, you pay her money and she's going to put together this book that's going to tell you all about your relatives. And it would be expensive because she would have to be digging through libraries and like going through county files, and she'd come up with photographs and, you know, here's where they lived, and this is the information they gave the census takers in this year. And it was just like so much work to do this. And now you go on Ancestry.com and just start searching and clicking, and that person's job is completely evaporated. And it was like a super specialty thing that was very, very impressive back then.
Yeah, my matches that I get from, it's My Heritage was the one you got me.
Yeah.
Like, I still get these matches and it says, hi, Christopher, good news. We've discovered new DNA matches for you. And that a lot of them have very like Scandinavian names.
Mm-hmm.
Like this guy's name is Leif Olsen.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah, very, who are the guys with the crazy funerals?
The Vikings?
Yeah, very Viking.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I mean, you got a little bit of a Viking look to you, right? I mean, I can understand. I make sense of that at least.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's get into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the news junkie.
Big Doug Millionaire says a genealogist. What do? Rubber a lamp and she gives you wishes? Genealogist is a real word, right? You're not,
yeah,
because I feel very gaslit right now. Looks this like
Big Doug Millionaire spelled it wrong too, because he was going for the comedy.
I'm pretty sure that used to be a thing. Well, now everybody just does it themselves. So, all right, jury duty brought to you by Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. He is fantastic, and he's ready to help you right now. If you get into an accident, if you're injured at work, if anything comes up where you know it's time for you to get an attorney to represent your interests, you want that personal touch. And it doesn't seem like a lot to ask, but you want somebody who's going to sit down and hear everything that you have to say about what happened to you so that they go in armed with the right information to fight on your behalf against the insurance companies. And though that doesn't sound like that much, you don't get it at so many other places. You're just a number. You're in a spreadsheet. They just try to settle as quickly as they can. And Mo makes it a point to not just make you a number, but instead care about what's going on with you and your story. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. This is kind of brutal here. You know, Danny Masterson from that 70s show, we've been chronicling what's happened to this guy. He had all these allegations.
Rapist.
Yeah, he is now. He had all these allegations against him, and he was fighting them in court. He either won or had like a mistrial. I think he had a mistrial the first time he went through the court system with these charges. Second time, he ends up getting convicted, and he's serving a 30-year prison sentence. And a judge has just said, no, you cannot have bail while you're appealing your case. We're not going to give you bail. And the reason for this was pretty brutal. Judges denied Danny Masterson his freedom while he appeals his rape convictions, citing a real risk that he'll flee. Los Angeles Superior Court Judge Charlene Olmedo denied a bail request hearing on Wednesday, noting that the star of that 70s show and The Ranch, I don't know The Ranch, will likely remain in custody for decades and perhaps the rest of his life, they said, if his convictions and 30-year prison sentence are upheld. In light of the fact the defendant has no wife to go home to, defendant now has every incentive to flee and little reason to return to state prison to serve out the remainder of his lengthy sentence should his appeal be unsuccessful. So his wife filed for divorce 12 days after his sentencing. His wife, who the whole way was like, I'm going to support him, I'm going to stand by him, this is an injustice. 12 days after his conviction, see you later, divorce, and now she's on the beach hanging out with her friends. And then the judge says, you don't have a wife to go home to, so I'm not going to release you on bail while you appeal your case. And that is just brutal.
So is that the only reason you're allowed bail is to be with your wife?
Well, I think he said it means you have less of a footprint here and less.
Oh, you're more of a flight risk.
Yeah, it makes you more of a flight risk, so you're not going anywhere. And he shot that down. Meanwhile, there's a video, and this is just brutal to watch. There's a video in a Walmart where an employee from Walmart comes over to this woman and confronts her because her kid is in a diaper in her shopping cart. Her kid, who looks like he's like 3 or 4 or something, he's just wearing a diaper in the shopping cart. It's freezing cold and snowing outside. He doesn't have a coat or anything like that. They confront the mother about this abusive behavior. The mother starts twerking in the middle of one of the aisles in this Walmart. It's like grocery store area. And then the mother starts like yelling back at them and says, call CPS. I've already had CPS called on me X amount of times. All I need to have is the heater on and some food in the fridge, and I can't do anything about it. And so they're going back and forth, but this Walmart employee eventually says they're going to call the police. And the Walmart employee has now been fired for posting the video on the internet. Even though I think what she did was a very good thing. Felicia Nicole has now been fired by Walmart for posting the video of the encounter. All right, we get real when we get back.
Did somebody get the pleasure of telling her bye?
Yeah, I think so. Bye, Felicia. It's all right there. Okay, when we come back, it's getting real. There is a story that is going to be maybe one of the bigger ones that we have to tackle in the next 6 months. And it's crazy. So make sure you're with us for this journey. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Chiefs face the Ravens, and then the Lions take on the 49ers. Hear the games here. Coverage starts at 2 p.m. this Sunday on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Travel with caution. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Silver Star Road westbound at Powers Drive. The right lane is blocked. You could expect your regular pockets of congestion on Colonial Drive. The right shoulder is blocked, causing a bit of delays on I-4 eastbound at Conroy Road. And heading westbound on I-4, you could expect your regular delays between Sand Lake Road and State Road 535. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients. Today, Morgan & Morgan has more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you. This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, it's RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. My sales are frozen. So this month, I've cooked up the craziest icebreaker ever. Right now, I'm paying way over appraised value for any car. Plus, with my dealer next door credit approval process, you could skate home for just $8 down. But hurry, this deal will melt away fast. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. See details at rchill.com.
Sunshine came softly through my window today.
Florida truly is the Sunshine State, and it shows in everything we grow. When you shop, choose fresh from Florida.
'Cause I made my mind up, you're going to be mine. I tell you right now.
Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
In this week's Marketers Report, Chris Brandt, Chief Marketing Officer at Chipotle Mexican Grill, weighs in on the power of audio.
We've used audio to reinforce what we're showing on TV, what we're showing in other digital channels. When your priority is driving reach, boy, everybody seems to listen to the radio.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. The good news is Tobacco-Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. Tobacco-Free Florida's Group Quit service offers free virtual and in-person sessions at convenient times and locations. You may be eligible to receive free nicotine replacement therapy like patches, gum, or lozenges. You are not alone. Whatever your reason to quit is, Tobacco-Free Florida can help you get started. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW.
This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy. Get women's sweatshirts for just $15, plus men's sweatshirts from just $18. Grab the season's best styles at just $15. This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy. Valid 127 and 128. Select styles only.
On game day, you want to focus on 3 things: football, friends, and food. And what makes all those better? Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford Original gives grilled food an authentic wood-fired barbecue flavor you can't get anywhere else. Well-fed friends are happy friends. So good. And football, well, it's just more fun with a burger in hand. Elevate your backyard game day grilling with Kingsford Original Charcoal, America's grilling expert. Kingsford.com. Oh, this cold.
Honey?
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste, because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Now I'm getting a cold.
Honey.
Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
You're all set with your Medicare prescriptions, Mrs. Brown.
This is not just low-cost copays at Walgreens.
I can actually help you set up 90-day refills if you want.
This is having a partner you can trust. Get low-cost copays, 90-day refills, and delivery from your neighborhood Walgreens. This is being independent. Together. Walgreens.
Restrictions apply. For details, see walgreens.com/pharmacy.
Hard Rock Bet presents Legal in Florida.
You can bet the game on Hard Rock Bet. No more betting inside your head. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Legal in Florida. It's safe, it's legal. We'll repeat that it is legal. Top rated sportsbook and it's the only one that's legal.
Get a no-regret first bet up to $100 when you sign up now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and over and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial #546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. 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 That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out.
Everybody's talking about this since it's probably the biggest story on planet Earth right now. And there is like a less than 0% chance, right? So like there's a chance, some chance out there that we are going to be headed toward civil war in the United States of America. And I know that this sounds extreme, C-Lane. I know that this sounds a little bit out there, but there's a lot happening right now that I think people need to be aware of. Our friends in
This is like Monday material. This is not weekend talk.
This is serious stuff, right? No, this is like actually happening right now. So to roll back and kind of explain it like I'm five, for some folks who maybe aren't paying attention, for forever and a day, there have been people illegally crossing the southern border into the state of Texas and other states that are border states. Mostly Texas. And these folks have been flooding into the United States of America in very, very big numbers. And Texas has been raging at the federal government to do something about securing the southern border. And the federal government has done nothing through various administrations. They barely did anything under Trump. And when Trump tried to do some things, everybody went into a conniption fit about whatever he was trying to do.
But I thought he wanted to build a wall.
He wanted to build a wall. And he also, they were taking the families that were crossing the border and separating the families from their children. And people just got apoplectic about that one and lost their absolute minds. But we do have an issue here, right? So now what happened was Texas, through their Governor Abbott, and Governor Abbott's he's sort of like the final boss for illegal immigration. He has said he's going to fight back on this, and we need to do something to stop this from happening. And in some areas where they had a problem with people crossing the border, they put up some razor wire. Now, to take this back to a very, very basic thing, you should know, people say things like build the wall all the time. Well, there is a wall on the United States southern border with Mexico. The wall has holes in it. There are portions of the wall that are sometimes 10 miles, 20 miles, 80 miles, 90 miles, that don't have any kind of wall, and people don't tend to cross there. That's why they don't put the wall up. But then when they get blocked off at other areas, they end up going through the places where they can go through, and you got to keep the wall going, right? So in a bunch of the territory where there's no wall, it's actually the Rio Grande that separates Mexico from the United States of America. And some of these folks who are coming from Central America, South America, countries where it's economic downturn that's just crushing them, they head from South America and Central America through a place called the Darien Gap. It's incredibly dangerous. People die all the time. They're putting their lives on the line to try to do this. And in many cases, they end up trying to...
Sounds smelly because of the Darien.
It is. Not for that reason, but it is. These folks are on a terribly difficult trek. If you've never seen the video, there's a guy on YouTube named Bald and Bankrupt. That's the name of his YouTube channel. And he does crazy tourist videos. And he walks the entirety of the Darien Gap with these immigrants that are about to cross the border illegally. And it was one of the most brutal things I've ever seen in my life. There was dead bodies all over the place. Like he filmed multiple dead bodies. People just died on this journey to try to get into America. But at the end of the road, sometimes they swim across the Rio Grande. And Texas was trying to secure their own border. And so they decided to put up razor wire. The federal government said no, and they wanted to cut down the razor wire. And it went all the way up to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said that the federal government can do whatever they want here, that immigration is a federal thing, not a state thing. Texas has been freaking out because they go, this is only impacting us. It's not impacting all of you. That's why Texas started taking buses full of people and sending them to New York City, to Chicago, to Washington, to Martha's Vineyard. They started sending them to all these places where people had policies that they thought to be open borders and said, let me show you what this is like when these people start to enter your city. And in all of these cities, for the most part, where they've bussed people in, the reaction is not good. It's like, holy cow, whoa, hang on. And, now this is happening to me. This is not acceptable in Chicago in particular, in New York as well, with Mayor Adams. And his reaction to this has been that we can't hold this anymore. We can't handle this. So the Supreme Court goes, you can't put the razor wire there. Greg Abbott goes, hell, if I'm not going to take this down. I'm going to, you think you're going to tell me what to do? I'm the one dealing with this problem. And now you have the federal government versus the state of Texas. 10 other states have joined Texas in this fight. and said that they will send troops to Texas to defend the southern border and start to change things here. That absolutely positively is states going up against the federal government, which you end up with some states on this side and some states on that side, and things start to sound very familiar, right? You start to line things up and go, dude, that's sounding like a path to civil war over this issue. And you had Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt talking on Fox about this not too long ago. Here he is. This is what the Oklahoma governor says.
The former president, Donald Trump, has suggested to all the Republican governors out there, send members of your state's National Guard. In your case, Governor, it would be the Oklahoma National Guard. Send them down to Texas to help Greg Abbott. Are you going to do that?
Absolutely. You know, I've done it once before, and we're looking. I already talked to my TAG, my General Mancino. We've already started putting the numbers together. We'll be in contact with Governor Abbott.
So that's one of these states saying we're going to send our actual state National Guard soldiers to Texas to back them up in this. And they said the Texas governor says he's prepared. This is Governor Abbott, for a conflict with the federal authorities. He said, quote, "This is a fight for the future of America," as he was talking on Tucker's show. And then Governor Greg Abbott released this. I got it in front of me here. It says the federal government has broken the compact between the United States and the states. The executive branch of the United States has a constitutional duty to enforce federal laws protecting states, including immigration laws on the books right now. President Biden has refused to enforce those laws and has even violated them. The result is that he has smashed records for illegal immigration. And just to go to the actual numbers, this is from Border Patrol. And you can see in some months, this is 2023, September, 269,000 federal enforcement encounters. Each month, it's about 200,000 or so. The lowest month I'm seeing here was June, and it was 144,000 people encountered on that southwest land border. So that's why they say this is a big deal. He said President Biden has violated his oath to faithfully execute immigration laws enacted by Congress. Instead of prosecuting immigrants for the federal crime of illegal entry, President Biden has sent his lawyers into federal courts to sue Texas for taking action to secure the border. So obviously they're at odds here, and you have the states going up against the federal government, and that is not great. That is a little bit wild to see. And what happens next with this is going to be a very interesting thing. You know what I would do if I were President Sean for just a moment?
God help us.
Some of you are not going to like this. Some of you are not going to like this. You'll rescind your vote for President Sean immediately. This is the only way I think this works, all right? The immigration issue that the United States is facing. Because you can't just take an onslaught of everybody in Central America and South America and afford to support those people. It's just not possible, right? And at the same time, there are just some of the most amazing, hardworking people are people from Mexico, South America, Central America, who do jobs that Americans absolutely refuse to do because many Americans are lazy and they won't get out there and do actual work. I know it's rich of me to say this, but here we are. And I would say immediately, I would grant citizenship to every person that is currently in the United States of America. As of right now, boom, everybody's a citizen. We got to get you on the books. We got to make sure we know where you are and we know what's going on. And then I would secure the southern border and I would build the damn wall. I would finish off. I would finish off what's there so that we could properly secure the border and have an effective program.
Is President Sean yes to razor wire or no?
Oh, razor wire seems so brutal. I wish there's a way to figure this out where you don't have to do things where if people are still crossing there, they get wrapped up in razor wire. But there's a lot of hard decisions to make here. And it is definitely something that it's got a lot of heat simmering behind it right now. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. Over to you. This says a true roast, but I don't know if I believe him, C-Lane, because so far, everybody who has tried to roast us, it has been...
Who is it? Do we know the name?
Yeah, it's Guitar Slinger.
Okay.
Who
I feel like it might be in song form.
Yeah, generally is. Isn't this the one where I screw up the names, though, and give credit to the wrong person all the time?
Yeah, that guy has already sung a roast.
Okay, good. All right. So here is
You're
Guitar
thinking of Not Your Average Joe.
Don't let us down, Guitar Slinger. What do you got?
Hey, Sean.
Yeah?
Is your wife involved with any other charities other than staying with you?
You know, it wasn't great, but because the competition was so terrible, it's number one right now. Okay, unless anybody can knock you off the top of the hill here, you might be getting the year of secret shows. Here's Hot Pepper Dan.
Hello, News Junkies.
Hey.
C-Lane, Sabrina, and Sean.
Hi.
Sabrina, I hope you're having a good time going up to Fritz's bachelor party.
Mm-hmm.
C-Lane, congratulations on new things in life. And Sean Larson, this podcast is for you. You know, Sean, you have defended yourself so many times throughout your life and so many things, not just like dry pancakes, but like the way you drive. Slow, determined, very slow, 8-point turns getting out of the driveway. When you leave the house, you're lost. Well, I bet you one thing, though. You have left skid marks before. I'm not talking about mashing the pedal down.
He's trying.
Burning rubber on the concrete.
He's trying. It's not hitting. I'm allowing you to do this. I'm opening the window for this. And just fail after fail. Maybe our skin is too thick. Is that what's happening here? It's just like...
I don't know, man. I don't even think some of these... I don't think it's a thick-skinned thing.
No, it's just that bad. Hurt my feelings, please. Here's my cousin Mose with a dispatch.
Sean, C-Lane.
Yeah.
You guys suck.
Thank you.
Roasted.
All right.
That's better than some of the crap we've been getting.
Right. That one at least pokes right through. He took a shot. That's good. Here's Insecure Walrus, who's talking about his great-grandfather, or his 10th great-grandfather.
So I actually just uploaded a photo dispatch of myself in Boston, standing next to a statue of my 9th or 10th great-grandfather.
I got to hear from
great-great-great-grandfather, who was once the governor of the Massachusetts colony.
Whoa.
John Endicott, like before there was United States. He was the governor of the Massachusetts colony. There's a Wikipedia page about him. He seems not so great. He got sent by the British government into New York to stir up some trouble with Native Americans.
Yeah.
And instead of killing them like he ordered, he just made them mad. And then he was like, well, this didn't work, and went back to Massachusetts. He riled them up so much that they actually started some kind of a war and killed a whole bunch of European settlers in their area.
Nobody in my family did
Not his area. So he did let the guy that started Rhode Island live in his house for a long time when he was being in some legal trouble and stuff. So I guess there wouldn't be a Rhode Island without him. But yeah, I travel around for a living now, and I was in Boston and had to get that picture.
Oh, that's cool. Thank you for that. Appreciate the dispatch. I don't
think my family has any statues anywhere.
No, and the other thing is, when I went back through the Wassons, which is my dad's side, and the Greniers, which is my mom's side, nobody
Grenier, like Adrian?
Yeah.
Related to Hug It Out Bitch guy?
No. He was not in my family tree anywhere. Nobody did anything interesting. Not one Wasson or Grenier did anything interesting. One Wasson was in the newspaper because he got killed by an Indian way back in the day. And I think he got scalped. And that's it. Everybody else just kind of cruised through, and they were doing their simple jobs and just living life. And I'm like, damn, man. Nobody had an impact on the world around them.
There was a Wasson that got scalped by an Indian.
Yeah.
And at the same time, there were newspapers.
Yep. Yeah. There was a newspaper clipping that they show you when you're going through the ancestry thing, and it pops up and it's like, oh, here's somebody who's in your family tree. And there was a newspaper article about them, and it said their name, and it said it was around the Canadian border. It said it was involved in a skirmish with natives, and he died. They killed him. And that was it. That's the best they got.
Do you think they were rightful in killing your great whatever he was?
Probably. I don't know. I don't know what he was up to at the time.
Stirring up the natives.
It could have been that. Maybe he had this coming. I don't know. I can't defend the guy. He's too many generations away from me. I only defend myself over here, and I have a tough enough time doing that. All right, we're going to hear from you. What do you got on your mind? It's very easy for you to join this show as we head into the weekend here. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go over to the website on your iPhone, your Android, whatever you got, and follow the instructions. You'll record what we call a dispatch, and bam, you're on the show just like that. When we return, we have to talk about what's happening in Mexico. There's dangers, true dangers, and you need to know this because there's something that is happening to people trying to go out on dates whilst in Mexico. What are they doing to them? Wait until you hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a bit of commotion due to accidents on some of the major roadways this afternoon. The shoulder's blocked on Florida's Turnpike northbound between US 441 and Osceola Parkway. The right lane is blocked on Silver Star Road westbound at Powers Drive. And traveling on I-4 this afternoon, you can expect your regular delays between US 27 and approaching the beach line. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients. Today, Morgan & Morgan has more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Moms, we all wish there were 2 more of us just to get through the day, preparing lunches, snacks, dinners. We've all got a lot on our plates. That's where Fresh from Florida comes in. They have hundreds of recipes that make mealtime quick, easy, and healthy. And shopping for locally grown produce is a snap. Just look for the Fresh from Florida logo. When it's almost dinner time and you have to be 3 places at once, go to the one place that counts. FreshFromFlorida.com. There's sunshine in every bite.
Guys, here in Central Florida, it is so important your air conditioner works perfectly every time. That's why I suggest a call to our friends at Mills Air. In business since 1992, that's 30 years of experience in keeping Central Florida nice and cool. And their techs are awesome. They can service any brand out there. Don't worry about what kind of AC you have. And Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer, which means up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. And you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call today and schedule your appointment. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
Orlando's top-rated comedy club and restaurant celebrates becoming the Funny Bone. Formerly the Improv Comedy Club, the Funny Bone guarantees the same great talent and awesome live comedy experience with a new name at Point Orlando. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Michael Blackson, January 26th and 27th.
You gonna talk about Stevie Wonder sees me every day. What do you mean by that?
Followed by Jeff R. Curry on February 1st through the 3rd. Check out the star-studded calendar and showtimes at orlando.funnybone.com. Home to the best comedic talent on tour nationally. Come get funny at the Funny Bone.
This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy. Get women's sweatshirts for just $15. Plus men's sweatshirts from just $18. Grab the season's best styles at just $15. This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy. Valid 127 and 128. Select styles only.
When it comes to protecting your family and property, there's a name that has stood the test of time. Safe Touch Security. Save 50% right now on your security package by calling 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license EF 20001945 LVA 4188.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Oh, this cold.
Honey?
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste, because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Ugh, now I'm getting a cold.
Honey. Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, Honeylicious, power through your day, medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Brooks and Dunn Reboot 2024 Tour.
I'll play something country.
The best-selling duo of all time. Live with David Lee Murphy and Ernest. Saturday, May 4th, Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Brooks and Dunn Live.
Orlando. Get ready for the U.S. Olympic Marathon Trials Saturday, February 3rd at 8 a.m. at Dr. Phillips Center for the ultimate FanFest experience. Race begins at 10 a.m. Enjoy live music, food trucks, and vendors. And don't miss the live view of the runners as they race towards their Olympic dreams from 4 different fan zones downtown. Join Real Radio 104.1 and Team USA fans decked out in red, white, and blue for a day of inspiration and unforgettable memories. Visit realradio.fm/events for more info. Powered by Brightline.
This is Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman Lind and the Under Oath podcast. Here's some more free advice. After you get into a car accident or experience any other injury, you cannot imagine what the insurance companies will do to fight your claim. They will go through your social media accounts, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or any other site you post on. They will use photos of you smiling to suggest you were not injured, that your life has not been impacted, all to avoid paying your medical expenses. Be careful when you post online. It's not if, but when you get into an accident. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546.
At one of the most famous restaurants in the world, there's a table in the corner where the most incredible conversations on the planet are happening every week with owner Ruthie Rogers and amazing guests like Martha Stewart.
I did have an affair with one of his best friends.
Jimmy Fallon.
Do you want a zip line over your dad while he gets attacked by alligators?
And Paul McCartney.
John and I hitchhiked to Paris.
We've saved you a seat. Ruthie's Table 4. Listen to Ruthie's Table 4 on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
No payments for 3 months with approved credit? Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. 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 That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star.
I'm joined today by C-Lane because Sabrina's at Fritz's bachelor party, and also Jackson is working hard on the show.
He was
today.
also not invited to Fritz's bachelor party.
Yeah,
so.
That's a real shame that they didn't invite him, you know? Look at that guy. Look, he's got a big-ass head of hair, man. He is rocking it right there.
They said he's supposed to lose it and then, get new hair, and then we'll figure out what color his hair really is.
Oh, is that how it works? I didn't even remember that.
How it worked for me. I mean, because I lost all my hair, and then I had, really blonde hair.
Yeah?
In some old pictures that Ashley likes to refer to me as a lesbian in. Yeah. So I had some, really... not like bleach blonde, but like beach blonde.
So that's not necessarily the color that Jackson's hair is going to be as he gets older.
I mean, it could be. It might not be. I don't know.
I love when babies...
Make some noise. Come on. You
your first thing on the radio.
Up the other day.
Oh, man. Almost got him to talk on the radio. He's officially an iHeart employee if he utters a sentence.
Sorry, bud.
Yeah, sorry that you were born into this, unfortunately. Here we go. I love when they're at that age. It's so funny looking to me. When little kids, their neck is getting stronger, but their neck is not all the way strong. Because
somebody on chat's like, that's a wobbly baby.
That's what happens when you're a little baby. You have to understand, it's insane that we have these heads on top of our body. And at first, you don't have the muscle.
You sound like a stoner when you say that.
I know. This is like deep stoner thoughts. At first, you don't have the muscle to hold that head up. And so, the baby's constantly trying to just keep the head up in the air.
Oh, I mean, I haven't told you about I've told you a little bit about how he's been dealing with acid stuff. Like we've had to give him basically a baby dose of Pepsid AC.
Oh, really?
Like twice a day because it's he's spitting up a little bit, but also to soothe himself from that, he like puts his head way back, right?
Like he leans back.
He leans his head back to like kind of open that pathway up and try to make it not hurt for him. And it's getting in the way of him learning other neck strength. So they're like, yeah, we might, just to be safe, put you on the list for a baby physical therapist. And I'm like, what the hell, A? And B, that sounds expensive AF.
Yeah. Everything like that with kids, it just seems like dollar sign.
Baby physical therapist. I haven't even seen an adult one.
It makes sense, though. He's like just trying to like stretch his body out like that so he's a little more comfortable. I don't know. I had some issues like that when I was little, too, for a while. I was sick for a while as a kid. And then if you see photos of me...
You're a pretty sick adult, too.
If you see photos of me, though, I have to show you one. When I'm 3 or 4 months old, right around there, I look like a little malnourished, tiny bean baby. And like you look at me and you go, oh, God, what's the matter with him? And it was
Why did you even take pictures of me?
My mom's breast milk was such rubbish that it wasn't doing it for me, and I wasn't getting the nutrients that I needed. And then they said, put the kid on formula, for God's sake. And my mom put me on formula, and that's when you see the photo of me on the train as a little kid. I turned into a big, fat behemoth of a baby.
Sweet formula.
Oh, I started sucking down that formula. No more nipple for me. Right to the good stuff, manufactured by creative scientists and engineers. Oh, yeah. Those were the days right there. Somebody said, was Sean wearing a hat in the womb? No, not the case, unfortunately. We're going to hear from you. Your dispatches are coming up in a bit. They said, be careful if you're headed to Mexico or Central or South America, if you're headed the other way across the border, not the way that may cause a civil war very soon, but the other way across the border. They are giving out a warning because they're saying a lot of people go on vacation. I've never thought of this. Obviously, I've never done this, but I guess some of you do. When you go on vacation, you fire up Tinder in that country, and you might try to connect with somebody who's there. Say you're traveling alone, you might be able to meet somebody, have a date. Who the hell knows?
Yeah. We've known of somebody to do that.
Oh, yeah, we have actually. I forgot about that entirely. But yeah, we know somebody who did that. They would go from town to town, and they would use Tinder to connect with people in this new town and maybe hook up with them. But you got to be careful, because they're saying now that people are connecting on these apps, and then as they go to meet up this Tinder date, they end up drugging them, and they give them not like ayahuasca, but a drug called scopolamine. I'm not familiar.
That's not in my wheelhouse.
All right, let me look this up. Let me find out what this is, because this is what we got to be worried about. Scopolamine is the name of the drug that they end up getting them with.
Does it have a better street name?
Maybe it does. I'm trying to find out. All right, here's Wikipedia for this.
I mean, we've had some really good ones over the years. Flocka.
Oh, it does have a great nickname. It's called the Devil's Breath. That's what this stuff is. Yeah, it says it's used as a medication to treat motion sickness and post-operative nausea and vomiting, and sometimes used before surgery to decrease saliva. When used by injection, effects begin after about 20 minutes and last up for 8 hours. It may be used orally and as a transdermal patch, so they could do it different ways. And they said it's like psychoactive drugs, usually used for the vomiting type stuff, but they've been hitting these people with this, and they black out. It can make them unusually open to suggestion, they say, including agreeing to hand over a wallet or reveal passwords. So they hit you with this stuff, and it's kind of like actual truth serum. And they'll go, give me your bank account password. And you'll be like, okay, here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they put in your bank account password.
That is Sean's actual bank password.
Damn it, I screwed up. It's too late to dump it. Oh, well. Anyhow, they get your bank account info, and they transfer the money out of your account and into their account. And it's just a way for them to take advantage of you. And I never even knew this was a thing. Good thing I'm not hooking up with anybody in other countries. I'll continue doing that. All right, we're going to we're going to work on some dispatches, because a ton of people just sent in some roasts, and I know they're bad. They're not as bad as Founders Day, the movie, but they are pretty bad. Bitches and Cake has what is titled at least, Roast for us. Let's see how bad this one is.
Sean.
Hey.
Your listener base is smaller than your eyes. Ceiling.
Yeah.
Maybe you could take a lesson from Sean's hands. They're so small, maybe you could adopt that and you wouldn't shovel so much food in your fat mouth. Right,
okay.
You guys don't know how this works, okay? The first thing that you guys go to, you're just like...
He was a lot meaner to me than you.
It was, but it's like just insulting somebody is not a roast. You don't just go up there. Remember we did the roast on the show and Sabrina did her roast and it was just all insults toward us.
The second time. There was the first time where she did a roast and it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second time she roasted me, it was like, yo, you okay? Did I do something?
Was that like cathartic? What was happening there? There was some venom behind this. Here's Meat Pop. It says best roast so far. Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Simply Jeremy here. So Sean's hands are so tiny that he's immune to a Chinese finger trap. In fact, growing up, that was one of his parlor tricks to impress the ladies. They were mighty impressed until they found out what else doesn't fit in the finger trap. Thank God Courtney doesn't have real huge aspirations. Keeps the bar kind of low.
God.
Helped you out there, home buddy.
When I hear this stuff, you know what it makes me think? And
why don't you work extra hard at that Super Mario World? I could definitely hear in the background of your dispatch.
I should never think this. I should never have this mindset. When I hear you guys trying to roast us today, it makes me think I could be a stand-up comedian. That's how bad that you are. I think, man, if this is how bad average people are, we must be really good. And then I realize I shouldn't get that level of confidence, and I shoot myself back down. Right back down to earth.
I mean, is anybody at least going to attempt plagiarism? You know?
Yeah, to steal something else from a celebrity roast and just input our names. That would be better than all of this. One more. Here's Anjawa, and this one even says attempted roast.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Sean, you spent a boatload of money on an app that you're just throwing out. Boom, roasted. Ceiling, you snore so loud, you got thrown out of your own bedroom. Boom, roasted. Sean, you have tiny hands. Boom, roasted. Ceiling, as the mother of a teenager, while Jackson is cute now, someday he will be a teenager. Boom, trust me, you're roasted. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
All right, that's who our winner is so far. That was way better than all the other ones. And I liked her boom roasted, a la The Office. I thought that was good, too. Congratulations. Very good. Very good. You're on top of the list for right now, and Jawa, you did the best of anybody so far by a wide margin. Okay, quick break. And by the way, Simply Jeremy said, blah, 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 blah. I'm totally playing Super Mario World. LOL, I tried. LOL, I'm a cook. I roast food, not humans, or not Sean's in his case. To the final dispatches, the stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday and the week. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Later today on the Jim Colbert Show, we have passes to MegaCon at the Orange County Convention Center happening February 1st through the 4th. These passes could be yours if you win JCS Trivia this week. Join us.
The Jim Colbert Show. Today at 3 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey there, here's your midday weather forecast update. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. It is feeling like springtime out there. Temperatures today and tomorrow more consistent with the end of April than the end of January. The high today, 83 degrees. Tomorrow up to 85. Great weather for the Rolex 24 up at Daytona. Enjoy it while we've got it because the cool front comes through on Sunday, cooling us down to just the 60s for next week. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Start your year by taking care of one of your biggest investments, your vehicle. Drive into any Central Florida area Valvoline Instant Oil Change and get a quality Valvoline oil change without leaving your car. Go to VIOC.com to find a convenient location near you.
We all know the process of shopping for a mortgage can be complicated and confusing, but not when it comes to that mortgage guy, Dawn. That Mortgage Guy Don is a mortgage broker, and mortgage brokers are better because they do all of their loans through national wholesale lenders. It's still going to be your standard FHA, VA, or conventional loan, but mortgage brokers have access to dozens of wholesale banks that are competing for your business. And wholesale banks only loan through mortgage brokers like that Mortgage Guy Don. And that Mortgage Guy Don is the best because he made the process of getting a quote or comparing the quote you already have super easy. You get a better deal on any home loan when you work with a broker, but you get the satisfaction of simplicity and honesty when you work with that Mortgage Guy Don. You want to see a difference? Go to the website right now. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. Chock full of information for you. Guides on how to get pre-approved, reliable mortgage information, and of course, direct access to the expert himself. Plain and simple. No spam, no hassle, just peace of mind. Go to ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Hey, what's good, guys? This is Angel from the Monsters. You guys know I love to cook on my Big Green Egg. Why? It's impressive, and everything turns out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go to Wassy's Meat Market and get a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories, everything that you need. They have the classroom set up so you can teach you the basic techniques on the Big Green Egg and advanced techniques on the Big Green Egg as well. When you get the Big Green Egg from Wassy's Meat Market, there's a lifetime guarantee, so check them out. It's Wassy's Meat Market. Check them on Instagram or go to their website, wassysmeatmarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's Wassy's Meat Market.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties so that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hard Rock Bet presents Legal in Florida.
You can bet the game on Hard Rock Bet. No more betting inside your head. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Legal in Florida. It's safe, it's legal. We'll repeat that it is legal. Top rated sportsbook and it's the only one that's legal.
Get a no-regret first bet up to $100 when you sign up now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and over and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Scott for Scots here. Your lawn is meant for all things bonus. Bonus relaxing, bonus playing, bonus beauty. But when dollar weed and clover are popping up everywhere, it's time to start cutting them back with Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S. It kills dollar weed and clover and feeds your grass so it grows thick and strong to crowd out future weeds. Now that's worth some bonus points, eh?
Get a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S today. It's guaranteed or your money back.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
Attention, our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt. Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Steve Kramer here with the divorce tip. Inheritance isn't a marital asset unless you handle the money wrong or your divorce wrong. Then you can lose it to your ex. Call Trenley and Kramer, TK Law. We do divorce. OneFirmForLife.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now, like Deep Cuts, a commercial-free station featuring deep album tracks from iconic artists. Just search Deep Cuts and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in an accident and would like to know the value of your case, go to forthepeople.com to see cases just like yours. You see, all lawyers are not the same. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
The cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Friday and the week. And an email coming in to tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. They're trying to email roast us now, C-Lane.
All right.
It says boom roasted. And it's from Peter. Peter said, to start, let me just say I truly appreciate you both, so don't take this personally since you're encouraging us to be cruel. So we got a warning right off the top on this.
All right.
Anyway, Sean, I've seen...
That means Peter finds himself to be rather cruel.
He does, yeah. He's trying to set the base here for this is going to be brutal, but I don't know if it will be. Anyway, Sean, I've seen pictures of you with your girlfriend Courtney online before, somehow probably from Instagram, and I got to commend you on how noble you are to date a blind girl. She's so far out of your league. That's the only way your relationship makes sense to me, he says. C-Lane, you contribute so much to the show, but sometimes you sound like a seal barking mercilessly when you're hung up on words. As someone with a speech disability, I recognize that you don't have that. Still, when you're flustered, I'm like, today, Junior.
Thanks. All right.
Love ya. Bye, says Peter. Peter, that was not
what.
brutal.
A seal barking on what?
I don't know. A seal barking? Oh, damn it. I lost it now. How did I lose it that fast? I was just right on the email. Okay, he said a seal. You're like a seal barking mercilessly when you're hung up on words, he says. Did you recover? I think our skin is too thick for this. Because for average people, if they hear any kind of criticism, they're like, oh my God, how dare you? I'll never forget when we were at the Dr. Phillips Center and we were there watching the Book of Mormon.
Okay.
And I ran into a person, had an encounter with a person who's like never gotten any negative feedback as a human being, who's like never had anybody tell them anything bad about themselves. Mm-hmm. And they were in the row behind us. The audio for Book of Mormon was kind of low. It was hard to hear. And this woman and her friend were just having a full-on conversation for the entire thing, for the entire play. And I look back a couple of times, like catch eyes with them, like, hey, you know, everybody's trying to enjoy the show, and you're blabbing. They're blabbing. Finally, I turn on, I'm like, hey, can you stop talking? We're trying to watch the show. I can't hear what's going on here. And that lady's face, when I just said, hey, can you stop talking, was the most frightened I've ever seen another human being. This woman's face was like, oh, God, like I had just attacked her. No one had ever told this woman, like, hey, shut up for a second. Trying to enjoy something. Just shut your mouth. You're yapping back there.
I would only imagine what her face would have looked like if I had delivered the news. Yeah. Although, in the way that I have before.
Have you said like a shut up bitch, or what are you adding to this?
I shut. Don't say it, dude. The F up.
Shut the F up. You've said to somebody like, oh,
yeah, but they got a couple. I've told this story before. It was at Eddie Vedder, and it was a solo show, and he was telling stories in between the songs, and I wanted to hear them. Mm-hmm. And these people were like, not only like they were taking video from the balcony with their flash on, and then they were replaying the video in between songs. And the first couple looks that we gave them, they knew why we were looking. and then they kept talking, and they were making fun of us for looking.
Oh,
they were like rolling their eyes and like, oh, can you believe these guys like looking at us like we shouldn't be? And we're like, are you kidding me, bitch?
Remember the guy that I snapped at that one time at the bar? Do you know what I'm talking about? I think it was like the year anniversary of Pulse, and they're putting the tribute on the TV, and this kid wouldn't shut up. And I go, hey, shut up over there. And it's like dead silent all around. Everybody's like, oh God. This woman looked at me. She goes,
that's also funny because, you were such a regular at that bar. And so for all the people that knew you, they were like, whoa, Sean doesn't do that.
I do sometimes. This woman said, I've never had anybody yell at me like that. Okay, well, guess what, bitch? Your time has arrived. Here you go. This is when it happens to you.
Write the date down if you'd like.
Yeah, let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. And by the way, Anjaya, you win. You were way better than everybody else today. So congrats to you. Appreciate you. There you go. All right. And you know what? On behalf of Anjawa, who already is a Secret Show subscriber, I'll just give the prize to here. Oh my God, it's Price. I know your name. I like you. I'm going to give you 12 months of audio and video to Secret Shows. I'll start giving those out more for good dispatchers. So up your game next week. All right, stories.
Are you kidding? This is Price's first dispatch, I'm sure.
Yeah, he always says that, doesn't he? Stories that didn't make the cut brought to you by Nations Trucks. Love our friends over there at Nations Trucks. Go get the truck of your dreams. It's right there on the website. Go to nationstrucks.com. All right, let's see what we got here. So a lot of people are watching therapy porn all of a sudden. That seems weird. Porn with a therapist in it. A lot of people getting fired at news outlets across the country.
I could get into the therapy porn.
Yeah, it does it for you. And that'll do it for today. We've done enough damage. Time to get the hell out of here. Everybody's back together on Monday. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Friday, January 26, 2024. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Today I Learned this guy, C-Lane.
Oh, Harry Belafonte?
That is right, Harry Belafonte. He negotiated a pay-or-play contract back in 1959 when network executives said, we can't have black folks on TV, we can't have white folks on TV, we can't have them together, though. You have to choose. Harry Belafonte said no. At the time, he was one of the biggest stars in the world, and he broke through that barrier. Guy did a lot of stuff in the music world, and I actually, unironically, kind of like that song.
It's a good song.
Okay, today I learned the Japanese founder of McDonald's Japan authored a book about doing business. The book was called The Jewish Way of Doing Business.
What?
The book was an immediate success and went on to sell over 1 million copies.
Okay.
Seems a little inappropriate, but maybe it's just a good way to do business. Here we go. Today I learned this product right here.
Okay, everybody, come outside. Everybody ready for a wild, wet ride? Slip and slide. You can put it on.
Slip and slide. Yes, that's correct. Whammo's slip and slide is not supposed to be used by persons over the age of 12. There have been rare instances and lawsuits of adults breaking their necks, and they never get anything because it says you weren't supposed to be on it to begin with. It's only for kids 12 and under, dummy. So no monies for you, unfortunately. And
I didn't really know that Slip and Slide was like a actual brand. I thought you just kind of find a whole thing of plastic and wet it.
Oh, it's like Xerox, man. And today I learned this guy.
Andrew WK.
That's right, Andrew WK. There's a conspiracy theory that Andrew WK is actually a fabricated piece of performance art concocted by a secret organization that he's actually performed by multiple people. Do I know if that's true? No. But it could be a thing. Fake Andrew WK? Maybe. Hey, thank you for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back on Monday, same time, same place. If you missed any of the show, you can get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. See you next week, everybody.